Yes, guys, welcome back to another show, guys. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a debate show today, looking at Liverpool Football Club and everything surrounding Liverpool Football Club. So we're going to talk about Sadio Mane, Salah. We're going to look back at the Champions League final as well with the guests that are going to be coming on soon, and basically chatting about that, guys. But before we get to the start of this video, I just want to say a big thank you to absolutely everybody. This channel is now monetized, as you'll be able to see, guys. It is now monetized. There is super chats available and all that sort of good stuff. And I just want to say a big thank you to absolutely everybody. I want to say a big thank you to absolutely everybody for helping this channel grow. Because without you guys, this channel doesn't grow. It's as simple as that. And yeah, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I really, really do appreciate the love, guys. And Charlie Webb, the legend that is Charlie Webb, the first ever super chatter on Jamie Phillips Football Chat. Big yourself up, my friend. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Charlie Webb, the first ever super chatter on Jamie Phillips Football Chat. He'll go now down as an icon and a legend with Charlie Webb on the channel. Big up to Charlie Webb and much appreciated. Thank you so much for the love. Guys, thank you to everybody, absolutely everybody on this channel for helping me achieve, my dreams of being monetized on YouTube. And if it ain't for you guys, it would never have happened. You guys are the reason I am where I am. You guys subscribing, sharing, liking, always sticking by me. I can only say thank you very much. And all the love from the bottom of my heart goes to you guys. It really does. I can't say it no more than that, guys. I really can't. And thank you so much for helping me getting this channel monetized. And Charlie Webb with the first ever super chat on this channel. Big yourself up, Charlie Webb. You're a legend now. Always will be. Big yourself up. Thank you very much. So as I said, super chats on now on. Thank you, guys. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, be up, Charlie. You're a legend, Charlie. You're a legend. Noel in the house. Hello, Jamie. When did super chats come? Today, Noel. I got monetized on the channel today. So I applied for monetization on the channel. What was it? Sunday. I was allowed to apply for monetization on the channel on Sunday. They told me it'd take up to 4 weeks. And then this afternoon, I just got an email and said I've been completely approved. So, yeah, thank you very much to everybody. Thank you very much to everybody. And nothing will change, guys. Nothing will change. I will always read out everyone's comments, not just super chats. I will always read out everyone's comments as well. And be free. You'll feel free to super chat to the channel as well. Much love to everybody. And yeah, I will still be the same person. I'll be doing different videos every single day of the week as normal. Nothing will change about me, guys. I'll keep going. All it does do, it helps me improve the channel. So being monetized and super chats and all that good stuff, all it does is really help me improve the channel. So in the future, I can look at better cameras, better computers, better equipment, and this channel will get better and better and better, and it'll look better and better and better as well. Sound better, better and better. Everything will improve now because of you guys. You guys are the reason. And yeah, much love to every single one of you. Will you now be paid to make this a full-time job? Like doing YouTube? Yeah, I mean, as much as I can, my man, as much as I can. Kevin, big yourself up. Remember, it's Jamie, Charlie, first in the whole wide world. Yeah, big up, Charlie Webb, the man. Daz is in the house. Even Jamie, Aiden Day. I hope we get some more players. So do I, Daz, definitely. Big up, Jamie. Love to see his channel growing big. Big yourself up. Raging Pot. Well done, Jamie. Here to you and keep growing. Big yourself up, my friend. Thank you very much. And Jack Mack, my good friend in the house. Much love, mate. We'll be on in a sec if I've had to lens it. Devastated. Deserved, mate. So proud. All one big Reds family. Never walk on. Big yourself up, Jack Mack, of course. Evening, Red fan. Congratulations, Jamie. One of the most honest Reds fan YouTubers out there. Thank you very much, Stephen Owens. I really appreciate it. Love my friend. I really, really do. So I think Jack's going to come on, and I'm going to put the link out because I think Rods is going to come on and Savage is going to come on as well. Edward, if he's about, he's going to come on as well. So them guys are about. Hit the link. Come on. And in the house, hi Jamie, discussing some opposition fans saying us Scousers as Liverpool fans are scourge of society. Oh mate, we're going to talk about. Don't worry about that. When the guys that come on today, we are going to talk about that, guys, because we need to put some wrongs to right. Do you know what I mean? Don't worry about that. We got to put some wrongs to right. Things need to be said, guys. Things need to be told, and truths need to come out at the end of the day, because I've got a lot of things here. I've got some things up on Twitter that I've retweeted so I can see them, and we're going to go through them and all that sort of stuff and talk about it. We're going to talk about it, guys, because there's a lot of things we need to chat about. As I said, there's a lot of there's a lot of lies out in the world, and these lies need to be spoken about, guys. They certainly do. They certainly do. So, guys, don't forget, before the guys get on here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join the community, help this channel grow. I would really appreciate it, guys. I really would. Mohammed in the house. Liverpool should respect for every player next season. Let's get Savage in the house. How you doing, my man?
Oh, hey, brother, you all right?
Yeah, I'm doing real good. Real good. I'm on Monster Energy.
Come on.
Oh, how you been, my man?
I'm good, man.
Yeah,
good.
You're doing well. You was at the parade yesterday, weren't you?
Yeah, man. Soaking it in, man. Soaking it in.
How was it? How was it?
It was beautiful, man. It was one of the best things I've ever witnessed, to be honest. I went to the 2005 Champions League parade. It weren't far off that one.
Yeah.
The vibe was just mad. You would never have known what happened 20 hours before. Like, and when I mean you would never have known, there wasn't even like no summer mood at all. Obviously, I got off the train early in the morning, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know what I expected. I knew that Liverpool's built different, but I still didn't expect as many people as there was. I knew there'd be thousands, but not as many. And when I got on the train from Birmingham at first I was in the train station with my son, kept seeing like the odd few Liverpool tops flying around and stuff. It was early morning. Then the odd Liverpool fan would be like, "Oh, you coming down today?" I'm like, "Yeah." And it seemed like some secret society business. Like no one like wanted to say it out loud. It was like, "Oh, you coming down today?" Like, yeah. And then got on the train with my son and my missus, and then I realized that everyone on the train was a Liverpool fan. So I was just looking. I was like, "What the flip's going on here?" Got off the train in Liverpool, and Jesus, man, they had to put different barriers and stuff in the train station just getting out because it was just busy. And obviously, you got to remember as well, it's Sunday, so it's normally dead. And then to get onto the streets, busy. As soon as I got by like Liverpool 1 and the docks and stuff like that, I realised, man, flipping how everyone's out in full force. Bear in mind that's early in the day, like 11. Parade didn't start until 4, but it was the whole like area, the Strand was packed by then, singing full force. And then I thought that by the time it got to like 4 o'clock, the amount of fans I saw was the end of it, which was a couple 100,000 at the time. And now there was just more and more. And by the time I turned around, Liverpool fans in full force, man. And only Liverpool fans would do it like that. And like I said before, some people just couldn't have got down anyway. That's fine. And then some people cancelled their plans to get down there because they didn't get their own way the night before.
Madness.
And for those people who cancelled just because they didn't get their own way, yeah, man, good luck to you, innit? But trust me, you missed out. Football doesn't work like it doesn't work like that, man. You don't. We know it don't work. Disappointments are quite frequent in football. In fact, I think even just on stats and maths, you're going to be more disappointed in football than you're going to be dubious. It's normal because Liverpool 130 years history and 20 league titles, 6 Champions Leagues, if you want to be like frugal about it, that's like 26 years worth of titles. So what happened to the other 104 years? This is what I'm saying, bro. It happens on it, but
well, I know you got a rant. You got a rant later, ain't you? You've got it
yeah, because I've had enough. I've had enough of them, man. Oh, I've seen the faces. You know what I mean?
Yeah, save it. Let's get more.
Yeah,
let's
we'll
get
save
everyone
it,
in
we'll
there,
save
and you can let loose. I'm with you as well.
Come on.
I had mine this morning. Marvin James, thank you very much. I do appreciate it, my man, with super chat there. Thank you very much, Marvin. The second ever super chat.
Come on.
Legacy grows. Thank you very much, Marvin James. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Here's a cop piece from the Paul J and Neville. Good even to you, heads of the cop. What it's shown in the past few days is how much the country actually hates us. Yeah, I know. We'll get it. Oh, yeah, we got you. We got Savage fans in the house. Savage fans in the house. Paid by the minute. Paid by the minute. And Steve. Yeah, Savage is the man. Liverpool said Sadio Mane is leaving this summer. Yeah, we're going to get to that. Don't you worry. Stephen in the house. Evening, mate. Congrats on getting monetized. Looking forward.
Big up, Statman.
I'll see you soon. Big up, Steve. Steve, you're available. You can come in today, mate. You're available. I'll send you the link, man. You can come in now. I was at the parade. It was boss. Fuck the haters.
Yeah, big up, man.
Fuck the haters. I've got to be a bit more careful with my language in there as well.
Yeah, you do, man. You'll get yellow marked for nothing, bro.
Yeah, so, yeah. Yeah, the language will be calm. Yeah, Steve was at the parade as well. The parade was amazing. It was great to be part of it. I was at the Liver building.
Oh, that means you was right by me, man.
As Shank said, don't support us when we win if you don't when we lose. Exactly.
Facts.
Bring Tom Izzy in as well.
Hey,
Webby.
Tom Izzy, man. How are you, brother?
Big up Webby as well. Third ever super chatter.
Big up Webby.
Jamie Phillips football chat. Big up Webby. Thank you very much, my friend. I really do appreciate it. All the love. Jamie, did you watch the AW pod? Ian off there said it was mad. There's only one gate not open. Right, please jumped by French youths. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, guys, because it's Brexit. I'm telling you, the French hate us. And, yeah, we're going to definitely talk about it. Look who else turned up. Look who else turned up.
Yes, sire. What's going on? Some bumble attack. Some bumble attack of them blood clot mouth to the brother. I gotta silence them tonight, you know. I gotta silence them. Carry on.
Big up Phil from Daddy and the Don. Big up Jamie. You and your channel are flying. Big yourself up, my friend. And Jamie, what's your link for Twitter, please? I'm on Twitter as well. Hang on, I'll just put it up I'll put it up on the screen. Let me just pull it up. Tom Izzy, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I feel better after watching the parade. Obviously, feeling deflated after the game, but you know, I've never ever have. I feel great. I mean, with this team, it's just keep on going. So you know, I'm just looking forward for the next season, regardless of what's happening.
Yeah, man.
I'm looking forward to the transfer window, but you know, obviously we will talk on another segment on that. Yeah, I feel better, man. All good now. Yeah.
That parade really cheered me up. Cheered me up. Let me see if I can get something up here. Yeah, that parade was just different, wasn't it? We're a different club. We're just a different breed to everybody else out there. I'm telling you, we're just different, and people can't take it that we're different either. People have really got a problem with Liverpool Football Club being a different club to everyone else because we don't do what they do.
Yeah,
it's just a madness, an absolute madness. I'm just trying to get something up here. 1 second. While I'm here doing this, hang on, because I know Savage loves this. There you go, bang.
Oh man.
Stop that.
Where is it? Let's get it out. Let's get it out. Let's get this out. This picture is just absolute. This was just yesterday. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
That's what I'm talking about.
People come and tell me this club ain't special. Come and tell me this club ain't special. And I hear Chelsea fans going, "Oh, you've done a parade for a League Cup and FA Cup. It's so embarrassing." How's that big club mentality? Well, it's called big club mentality because 600,000 people watch that, my friend. That's big club mentality. When are people going to start learning? Well, I mean, I know Savage's got a rank coming. By the sounds of it, Rod's has got a rank coming. I've definitely got a rank coming. So it's going to be a ranting show. But look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That is not. Right.
Thanks, man.
Every one of them shows. Every one of them shows. Rod's my man. How are you, my man? How you doing?
I am very, very good. Pleasure to be on your show again, my man. Pleasure to be on your show again. I went up and watched the game. I messaged you whilst I was watching the game, didn't I? I messaged you whilst I was watching the game and stuff. The only problem I can see with that game, well, there's two problems at the day, is that Trent came out of position again. His position awareness and everything that needs to be looked at. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Trent is a brilliant player and that, right? But I don't think at the end of the day, right back is where his future is. I think we should be. See, I said to my brother, I said, look, you put Trent in midfield, right side midfield, then you put sort of like Gomez as right back. You know what I mean? Then you sort it because Gomez doesn't come out of position. Gomez will stay in position. Do you know what I mean? There's always a chance at the day of like Trent getting caught out of position and think that. All right, that happened. Right, we move on. But the thing is at the end of the day, right, is until Liverpool get an out-and-out striker, and think that they're never going to beat this low block and the high block. You know what I mean? They're never going to beat that. They need an out-and-out striker because if you look at anything that, a lot of the build-up was in midfield. A lot of the build-up was in midfield. Left, right, up, down. And when they chose to push that through ball in, if you watch the game, when they chose to put that through ball in, it was too late. You already had 10 man there. Do you know what I mean? You had 10 man there. Some of the shots were what Salah done, and some of the shots what Mane done, and everything like that. When you think, don't get me wrong, the goalkeeper had a good game. Courtois, he had a good game for that. But some of the shots to what Mane done, some of the shots what Salah done, and that he would have been expected to save those. Do you know what I mean? Being at the caliber he is and everything like that. You need a person today that could be more closer and just roll it in. Just roll it in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keita, at the end of the day, I'm not too sure at the day. I'm not too sure.
That shot from Keita.
I don't know where he's going. I don't know where he's going. Because the thing is about it, even the commentator said it, he had more time. You had all the time in the world to stop it and place it. Do you know what I mean? You could have done that. I think
he had more time. He had more time than Roddy Briggs.
The thing is about it, I think at the day, number one, we have got too much midfielders. We've got too much midfielders that are doing the same thing. Do you know what I mean? That are part of the same thing and everything like that, right? We need that sort of like player, that diametric player in midfield, like a Kevin De Bruyne type. Do you know what I'm saying? We need that type of player in midfield. So what Thiago, whether it's Thiago and Fabinho could do their thing, whether it's Thiago or Henderson could do their thing, and this guy goes bombing forward and from that, right? We've got a situation today, it's like when you lose in the game and all you got to put on is Keita, I don't know, it just doesn't gel with me. You know what I mean? Okay. But at the end of the day, Liverpool, at the end of the day, are an amazing club. I didn't see much of the parade yesterday because I had to go out and stuff, yeah. But Liverpool are an amazing club and everything. Only Liverpool can pull off a parade like that and everything. And all these people, let me tell you something about certain people and everything. Certain people that they need to know themselves and check themselves and everything. You got people like Expressions and everything, chatting off his mouth and everything that, right? Talking about Liverpool this and Liverpool that, right? And I think to myself, you man's just struggle to get in top four. You man struggles to get in top four and everything. You got the Arsenal lot and everything, trying to give it big down, some of that and everything that, right? and you're the Europa Cup. Man United fans and everything are giving it all that, and they didn't even qualify for Europe to rot in. What's wrong with some people in that, right? Chelsea fans and everything that, right? Chelsea fans and everything, check this out. They say we robbed them with the League Cup and everything that, right? And how was going to get revenge? How was going to get revenge at the FA Cup? How did that work out for you, pal? How did that work out for you? It didn't. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what isn't there? Concentrate on your own team, yeah, and your own team's success, right? And leave us alone for that. Because at the end of the day, we're way above teams in the league, you know. We're way above to them from that, right? You know what I'm saying? Tottenham never won anything. Arsenal never won anything. Chelsea never won anything. Man United never won anything. Well, you want to give all that? Shut up, man. Spare me. Shut up. Seriously. You get on my nerves now. Do you know what I mean? But Liverpool, special club. And you know what? The day and the day I stopped supporting football and supporting Liverpool. There's never gonna be a day, but just say the day I stopped supporting Liverpool, I'm not supporting any other team. That's me done, you know. Liverpool's my team. Liverpool's in my heart, and I think that I was gutted the other night, but you know, I think at the day we need to go out and get an out-and-out striker, and everything that, right? And Gomez next season, I think that needs to play more games at right back. He needs to make more games at right, because there's been a few times at the day that Trent's been caught out of position and think that, right? And these things have happened and for that. Lucky enough, we've been able to sort of like either get a draw or either win the game and everything that, right? But against the Carlo Ancelotti side and everything that, you ain't getting such luxuries because you're just going to put everybody behind the ball and from that. And then when it comes to a certain time, they're going to start falling over like, you know, that they'll be hit with a sledgehammer. You know what I mean? So I ain't that still, my friend. You know what I mean?
That's it, Ross. That's it. That's
I'll get
Ross,
my breath
everyone.
back now.
Andrew's joined us. Andrew's actually at the parade as well as Savage was.
Yeah, big up.
How do you find it, Andrew?
Do you know what? It was the greatest moment of my life as a Liverpool fan. I have never seen a parade like that in my life. Honest to God, like obviously I went with the lads. So obviously I stayed in Jack's on a Saturday after the final. Obviously it was heartbreaking, which it was. But we've got to understand, like we've won 2 domestic cups, which is it's not the end of the world, is it? And obviously my mate the next day, obviously rang me up and said, he was like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "Lads, I'm over the road." So I went over the road to see my other mate. And then my mate just said, "Do you want to get beers?" And I was like, "Oh, go on then, lad." So he basically bought 20 cans, 2 packs of Carlin. And me and him got bloody smashed. And you know what? We were having a good time, honestly. It was like seeing all that flares going off. Oh, my word. One of the greatest moments as a Liverpool fan in my life. Honestly, that's probably the best moment of my life right now. Oh, it's just, I fucking love our club, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Same, Andrew. Same. No, beautiful, Andrew. Beautiful, my man. So, look, let's talk about this Champions League final. Then we'll move it along and then talk about 2 certain attackers that are in our team called Mane and Salah. So, obviously, I didn't do a watch long because I was meant to be in Liverpool, but circumstances at home couldn't be at Liverpool. So, stay at home, didn't do the watch along. So, that is the first time. So, my watch along record is still intact because we've never lost when I've done a watch along. So, I really should have done it. So, my watch along my record is still intact. But I sat there with the wife, really enjoyed the game, loving the game. I thought in that first half, I thought we performed really well. I couldn't believe it was Real Madrid we were playing. I'm going to say it now. If you told me that was any different, I don't think Real Madrid played any different to Everton a few weeks ago when we played them. I really don't. It's just they got a bit more quality and they play in white. That's all that looked at it. We dominated them, especially in that first half, but didn't take our chances. This is a problem we've got at this moment in time. And then obviously we talk about Trent. I'm up because it was a match reaction. I went live like 10:30 and probably should have just chilled for a little bit, got my breath, and then went live. But I did sort of blame Trent for the goal. But then I look back on it and it's like Trent was half to blame. But What I will say about Trent Alexander-Arnold in that game, I didn't see Vinicius Junior go past him once in that match. And everyone told me Vinicius Junior was going to absolutely destroy Trent. The only time it happened was when he switched off in the game, and obviously Vinicius scored the goal. But other than that, I don't remember him really going past Trent that much, or Trent having a real issue with Vinicius Junior. Actually, I think in a weird way, his defending was better than his attacking in the Real Madrid final. I really do. I thought Trent defended really well. I thought he played all right. It was just that one moment of not madness. It's just like we've been saying on this channel all the time. Trent's a good defender. He just had these weird moments of I don't know what it is. I don't even know what it was in that game. It was a weird one because I think Valverde was shooting. I don't think it was a cross. I think he was shooting. Robbo needs to close that down, first of all. I think he needs to close that down. When you're fullbacks need to close down the crossing. That's their job. And then if they don't close that down, then centre-backs have to what centre-backs then do is either defend their space and get in line, so in case there's any offside, or they attack the wide areas. So that's the choices centre-backs have. So Robbo didn't close down the cross-come shot, whatever you want to call it, from Valverde. So Van Dijk has then, instead of going to close it down himself, has gotten himself in line with Konate because he knows Vinicius is at the back post. Trent is just half a yard out of that line. But the thing with Trent saw Valverde because Trent saw Vinicius Junior because he ran with him. So Trent did that bit correct. He ran with him. So that's what we always say. Trent don't run with his attacker all the time. This time he did. He ran with him. And then he actually got in a good position. But then Trentford didn't look over his shoulder once. And I was like, Trent, you just do that because Trent is square on. I think Glenn Oddle said it in commentary. Because Trent was square on, if he looked over his shoulder, it would have been side on. And then if he was side on, Vinicius would have been offside because it was very close. So that's just a minimum thing. But apart from that, I think Trent had a really good game. Everyone was telling me about Vinicius Junior was going to rip him apart. I didn't see that happening. Benzema was trash. I don't know where this Benzema stuff. He was. BT Sports trying to make up some things to make Benzema look good. His hold-up play was fantastic. Okay. Okay. Alisson didn't have a save to make in the Champions League final. Not one save. Yeah. They had 4 shots, 2 on target. Obviously, they scored. But I will take my thing back where I blame Trent because Trent was just part of the problem, not the problem. But overall, for me, in a Champions League final, Savage, I come to you, my friend. Yeah. I think Trent actually defended really well. I'll pass it over to you and your thoughts.
Yeah. Well, I have to break it down into a few sections for how I analyze the game. Because obviously it's your emotions are a little bit heightened while you're watching it. So
exactly.
I didn't want to be like, I don't know. And I didn't really want to watch it back either. I didn't want to watch it back, to be honest. But it's a weird one. It's a weird one because going back to our previews and how we spoke of how we think the game should go or how we think it will go, we kind of referenced the Man City FA Cup game where we said we'd try blow them away. To me, that first half was pretty damn much. Maybe 38 minutes of it was just like the Man City game. Yep. The difference in that Man City game is we scored when we were doing that. We scored when we were on top. And obviously Real Madrid have the respect. They're still top players. They're aging and stuff like that, but they're smart enough to know how to play ball still. Being clinical in this game, I think you have to kind of analyze this game as a one-off in terms of we've spoke about not our players not being clinical a lot this season already. But for me, this is the probably if this was a league game and I've seen what the some of the saves the keeper made, even though there wasn't like everyone's making out like he made like 12 world-class saves, but the 2 what he did make in an ordinary game probably would have gone in 9 times out of 10. And then if what does happen when Vinicius scores, it kind of doesn't matter because we kind of got the goals on the other side. Because for me, either way, whether Vinicius scored or not, we would have to score a goal. Unless we were planning to take this to penalties again. A goal needed to be scored. So it's kind of like once that goal went in for me, I was disappointed because it came out of nowhere, like when Lookman scored against us for Leicester. It just came out of nowhere. We've been on top in the game. And then for me, I'm always like, well, Liverpool will get a goal back because I'm like, this is how we play. I think we played within ourselves a little bit after that. And there wasn't much ball carrying in the midfield. Like, it wasn't very fast. It's not that there's anything wrong. It's just like when we do get the ball, I think Rod's alluded to it that when Real Madrid they already got 10 men back, but the reason why they were able to do that is because we were carrying the ball kind of slow in midfield. And then even when they brought Naby on and you thought that he would carry the ball faster, it kind of didn't. I don't think, and it's not like I could be wrong, but I don't think that was a full low block to what we're used to. We definitely had enough chances. Like Everton was a harder game for me, not because Everton done anything different. Apart, it was just the fact that they sat so deep that it's so hard to get through them. Same with Tottenham. Real Madrid's low block was kind of meh. It was kind of like Carvalho. Yeah, like wait, who played on the right? Who played right back for them again? Carvalho. Okay, he had a great game. It wasn't that the low block was stopping that left side. He was really good. The other side
was shy.
We were Salah kind of doesn't. He doesn't try and get in behind anymore anyway.
No.
So
Savage. So can I ask you just a quick question?
Yeah.
Do you think at the end of the day, right? Just a quick question. Do you think at the end of the day that Salah needs to add more to his game? Because what I noticed when watching that, sometimes at the day he's all left foot, and the opposition works him out. Just like hasn't worked out from that. Do you know what I mean? And like they'll say, right, you know what? Then if they put 2 on Salah, if they put 2 on him, he's not going to be able to do something. Don't you think in the day that sort of Salah should sort of like add a different thing to the game? Even if he's like switches flanks, do you know what I mean? Switches flanks and everything like that, and goes to left, just do something different. Do you know what I mean, Savage?
Yeah, well, to be fair, that's kind of what I'm alluding to. The fact that one side had Carvalho and we were trying to do something, but he was just having a great game. We still got behind him a few times and stuff. And the right side, Rod, it's too predictable. So it's not me picking on Salah. It's just I've been saying it all season. Even if you look how Salah played at the beginning of the season and you go back and look at all of his goals compared to how he's been playing, he just chooses not to try and get in behind anymore. Like he chooses it. Me and Jamie's been having the running joke that the cut in on the left and the left foot shot, he's done it once this season when he's actually scored it. I know which goal it was. He's done it one time. But apart from that, what do people think coaches are telling their players? When they're analysing games and they're watching games of their players and they bring in their defenders and go, come and watch the screen with me. They're going to go, okay, so their left side, they're a little bit unpredictable on the left side because sometimes if they use Diaz, he can use a bit of skill and we don't know where he's going to go. They might throw Jota over there, they might throw Mane, we don't know. The right side, they know what's going to happen every single time. When Salah used to get that ball off Trent, play a 1-2, and then get in behind, or try and get in behind himself. The take-ons don't really work anymore. His one-on-one take-ons don't really work.
They don't.
Tell me how many times he's took someone on this season, apart from the ones when he was in the box and he scored the goals. So if you're defending it, remember it's Mendy over there. He's just knowing he's going to cut in on this left. If he's going to cut in on the left, I'm fine with that because he's not scoring unless he has to score worldy, and he's only done it once this season from that position. So it's a bit of a people can pick and choose where they want to blame the game, but the fact that there's one goal in it, the fact that Alisson didn't have any other shots to save, although I will say, to be fair to Real Madrid, the goal before halftime should have counted. That weird rules madness. And I actually think if that was the one goal in the game, we would have came back. If that was before halftime, and that's the one goal what gets scored by Real Madrid, because they didn't come out the second half and just sit back, then Klopp would have went in and told them something different. But there's different areas of the pitch. You can either say get the goals, and whether that the lapse in concentration, I'll say not mistake, lapse in concentration from Trent leads to that Vinicius goal. That's safe because we would have been 2-1 up, 3-1 up. There's the couture factor, the fact that 2 of the saves were world-class saves.
They were good saves.
Yeah.
They were good saves.
And then there's the fact of, which I'm not, this is why I'm not here to blame
Sorry,
Trent or
sorry, I'm
anything,
just laughing at that comment.
is with that goal what they scored, I would say, yes, the end product part is lapse of concentration. But before he gets to Trent, there's the rest of the defense. He's literally the last man left.
Yeah.
So yes, he should have looked over his shoulder again. Because if you noticed before that while you're watching the game, anytime Vinicius had the ball, he just kept looking over his shoulder. And I actually think if you took that away, Trent's game was great, especially defensively. I thought he was great.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah, apart from Ibu, I thought he was the best defender. I thought he was great.
Yeah,
but it has to come across. Sorry, it has to come from Robbo's side first. It has to go past Van Dijk. It has to go. You know what I'm saying? And then it gets to Trent. So I think everyone needs to leave him alone with that. Of course, we're all disappointed, and
I'm not too hard on him. I'm not too hard on him.
No one wants to lose the Champions League final. I'm proud of the boys. I think we could have played better in the final, in the second half, definitely. But still a little bit of respect to be applied to Real Madrid. The fact that they're still ballers and they did start knocking the ball around a little bit in the second half. And on top of that, I know people think that they just played trash, and they didn't play great. But I'm almost certain that's a tactic. I don't think they just play awful like that. That's a They were so scared of us.
Oh, they had so much respect for us.
They've done it all Champions League. If you go and watch the Man City game, the PSG game, the Chelsea, go and watch all them games back. PSG in the first half destroyed them. Man City in the first half destroyed them. They just wait till there's a sniff. And if Vinicius didn't score that goal, they're fine taking it to extra time. They are happy with that. But the fact that it didn't, then you know what I mean. Congratulations to Real Madrid. Commiserations to us. The whole thing with the fans is disgusting. And well done to everyone for the parade yesterday, man. And big up the boys, big up Klopp. And that's what I got to say about it, man. I'm not even angry anymore, to be honest, bro. Like, if we got outplayed, I would have been kicking off fuss and stuff like that. But I'm all right, man.
Cool. Thanks.
Big up, Jack, man.
Yeah.
Big up, boys.
Easy, Jack.
Before we get to time, Izzy, I just wanted to welcome Jack in. How you doing, mate? Boys,
not
all
too
right?
bad. As you can sound, I sound like I've been smoking 100 bifties for like 20 years.
Bifties, you know?
No, not with my lungs anyway.
You sound like you've been on the Camel cigarettes. I know this, that shit. I'll tell you.
I've gone from Ghost to Lionel Richie. It's but spot on, boys. I've been watching, and big up ourselves as well, Savage. I was probably standing next to you, mate. Like, there was that many people.
Yeah, you probably was.
You should have given us a bloody message.
I should have.
No worries, lad. But everyone that went, hope you've enjoyed it. And I'd echo what the lads all said, mate. And gutted you didn't come down, Jay, but hopefully you're safe, mate. And obviously the family, most importantly. But special moments for special clubs. And for me, and as you pointed out, Savage, obviously the build-up, travelling up to Liverpool and Everton.
Yeah.
I'm 27. I've never seen Liverpool like that.
No.
For me, they've awoken the beast. And I tell you what, what this will do for the players as well, and Jurgen Klopp, or players potentially come to Liverpool in the summer.
Yeah.
Apart from potentially Man United with their global fan base and Real Madrid and potentially Barcelona as well, there's not many clubs in world football that can do that. And don't forget, there was like 50, 60 odd thousand still in Paris.
Exactly.
So there was still everyone traveling. But bless this as well, and smashing it as well, mate. Thank you, Jay, for having me on. And the less I talk, probably the better for my voice.
Give your voice a rest. Give your voice a rest. Tom, Izzy, you take it away, my man. You take it away.
Right. First of all, about Trent. Individually, I think everyone has their opinions on that goal, whether it's his fault or whether Robbo should stop getting that cross into the box, that drive from Valverde. I think he didn't put a foot wrong throughout the 90 minutes. He did what he had to do with it. He did what he has to deal with, especially Vinny and Ferland Mendy didn't get his overlap because I think Ferland Mendy is a type of left back who likes to overlap like what Marcelo did back in the days. So he nullified most of the time, but it's just one of the days, one of the off days that we had in the final.
Yeah.
I don't have much anything to say about Trent because I think 9 out of 10, I think he gets the job done, in my opinion.
Big up. Yeah.
And this final, I think early today, this reminded me of the Athens 2007
Yeah.
because,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
just watched Grizz, big up Grizz and the Red Fellas YouTube segue, and they did mention about that final as well. And somehow people have been talking about Real and their heritage, right? I think, in my opinion, AC Milan fans could have argued that in 2007 as well.
Yeah.
Oh, AC Milan have their heritage as well, their heritage and Champions League DNA. And then after that, you see what happened with AC Milan up until the season. They just won the Serie A. And if you ask me, who's the man behind this Champions League win? I think it's the Don himself. I mean Ancelotti. So big up to Carlo.
100%.
And that 2007 final, it reminded me we did play well. Even the goal, I think was it Pippo Inzaghi? It was a topo.
Man.
Yeah, Inzaghi, wasn't it? It was Inzaghi.
And,
He got both goals.
And how Vinny scored, it's almost
Very similar.
the moment.
Yes.
As I said, moment. And I think that the two finals, what I see is just almost similar, not the passage, but just the flow of it. Because I think we did really well. I expect to win that game as well. I mean, we got chances. It's just that it was too little, too late to after that the count pull one back.
Agreed.
So it's just again it repeated somehow. I think Ancelotti, you just give your hats off to him, and we just have to bounce back from this. It is what it is.
I agree.
I agree, my man. Before I go to Andrew and Rod, look, we lost to Real Madrid in the European final, greatest European team of all time. Squad, the club, whatever you want to call them, greatest European club of all time.
Yeah.
It's not like we outplayed and dominated the game against Porto in the Champions League final and somehow lost. This is Real Madrid, the kings, the greats.
Yeah.
And I think maybe not all of us Liverpool fans, but maybe some of us disrespected Real Madrid a little bit going into this final. And they're Real Madrid at the end of the day. Yes, they're not the great Real Madrid of the past. I still believe, I don't think they're better than us. I know we lost. It's going to sound daft, but I literally don't think they're better a football club than us at this moment in time. You can tell as well by the way Ancelotti set this Real Madrid team up. I've never seen, correct me if you're wrong, guys, I'm 40 years of age, so I've watched a lot of Real Madrid in the past, and I've never seen a Real Madrid play like that in a final of a European Cup in my life.
They've never done that.
They sat back because they were afraid of the power of the opposition going forward.
Yeah.
And didn't want to get caught out. And I've never, ever, ever seen a Real Madrid team worry about an opposition team in my life. Ever. Usually Real Madrid are the team, they do it their way, they play it their way, and the other team ain't going to matter because they're so good.
Exactly.
So good. It wouldn't matter who they're playing.
Yeah.
So for that alone, I think this team needs a huge amount of respect that we made the kings of Europe, let's face it, bow down and play a defensive kind of game against us.
Do you guys agree that if Carlo, it's gonna sound hard, but if Carlo didn't come to the Premier League not long ago with Everton, we would have won this game. This guy was worried from the
inside detail, wasn't he?
Yeah. You could tell. Did you know? If I heard him speak after the game and he just kept saying, "I can't believe it." I think he thought he was going to lose. He just kept saying, "I can't believe it." Like, he didn't sound confident one bit. And you know, I can't hate on him and the team for doing that. You still want to win the Champions League final by hook or by crook anyway you do it. You know what I mean? They didn't cheat. There was some dark arts in there, but they didn't cheat to win the game. And like I said, that goal got ruled out. I know everyone across the world wants to pretend like they knew that rule, but that rule is bollocks. That rule is absolute bollocks, man. Well, it's what it is. It's what it is. But you are right, Jamie. It's Real Madrid, isn't it? Like, I think there were fans that disrespected them, but I do think that a lot of the fans who were saying 3-1, 4-1, all this business, including me, that was just more confidence in us.
As well. I went for 2.
It was more confidence in us than being
confident. Yeah.
I didn't think they were rubbish. I just thought that were too good for them. But I do admit one thing. I didn't know they had that kind of defensive thing in them. Not when I've watched them this season. I've watched them draw with like cadets and stuff in like 17th in the league. I didn't know. So big up to them, man, because I watched Militao and all that have stinkers all season. Yeah. And all of a sudden, you know what I mean? But that's mentality for you, brother. We should know that. We've got it. So
that's why I'm not. That's why I think people have gone a bit over the top, and I've seen some daft things come out as well. I've seen some Liverpool YouTubers saying this season's a failure. I don't get that one bit. I think it might be an age thing. I think.
But they're not around in 2010, no.
I think it might be an age thing, and people on other. And I also think that I saw on the Football Terrace some Liverpool fans on the Football Terrace that I do know, but I'm not going to name them, saying, yeah, this season's been a failure. It's been mid-average, not great. And I think, look, guys, don't suck up to an audience you know you're going to get bantered against, yeah, because they're a massive audience, like the Football Terrace is, yeah. You've got a massive audience there. Don't just say these things just so you're keeping so you don't get absolutely battered. Just say what you mean. And there's no way this season is average. There's no way in hell. And then I've seen some stupid articles out there saying, oh, the amount of money Liverpool has spent, we're not serial winners. Jurgen Klopp's a bottle job. Jurgen Klopp is not a serial winner. I mean, I don't know what a serial winner is, guys, because the only real serial winner I see out there is probably Pep Guardiola. I don't know what a proper serial winner is. I mean, Jurgen Klopp got 2 German league titles. No one else has done it since. No one else has done. No one else has broken the German monopoly apart from Jurgen Klopp. Who the hell has done it since Jurgen Klopp? I don't get all this absolute nonsense that comes out. Well, this ain't even by rival fans. Some of this is written media as well. Yeah. Martin Samuels today. I'll get his thing up in a minute. I've got a picture of it.
But didn't we say, Jay and Savage and Overs, was it last week? We done a video on your channel, Jay. Yeah. We said it's the negativity feeds, negativity within media and life anyway. Yeah. They thrive off it. And it's human nature. Yeah. We thrive off the negativity within stuff. And you do it for clout. You do it for clout chasing. We could come on every single video that we've ever done, whether that be Liverpool, whatever content you're doing, and say exactly what everyone wants you to hear, and then get all the rival people within your industry or organisation to really click in and watch you fume. It plays into what they want, but you got to at least have some respect for yourself and respect for your own fan base as well. And but as I said,
like this here,
yeah,
Martin Samuel, our Klopp's lot and team of nearly men. Spurs, City, and Chelsea, and now Real Madrid have worked Liverpool out. This great size danger is being remembered as underachievers. Underachievers, guys, nearly men. In 3 years, we have won the Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, Super Cup, and Club World Cup. How the heck is that nearly men? That is, I know certain teams not a few miles away from Liverpool, just up the road, that are desperate would just win the League Cup. How is this? Why does this get spoken about? Guys, what literally? Like I've seen some people say today on Twitter, other teams are having a go at Liverpool and calling this team failures when they've won everything in 3 years that some clubs would dream to achieve right now. Your Arsenals. Can you imagine if Arsenal had this in the last 3 years?
4 losses. Is it 4 losses this season?
You'd never read the end of it. If they'd been this successful after the last 3 years, you'd never read the end of it. It'd be, oh, they're the greatest. This is the greatest manager. And this nonsense has got to stop. At the end of the day, you've got to put everything into context. We're going up against, arguably, or for me, the best team in Europe in Manchester City, with arguably the best coach, maybe ever in some ways. And also, you're going up against a team that is run by an oil state that can do whatever they want financially to blow you out the water. So we're competing with that. And at the same time we're competing in that, we're doing it in the hardest league in Europe, by the way, where you have to play at 100%. You know, Liverpool play Norwich. If you're not at 100% fully on, you don't win that game. It's just that simple. Barcelona can play Cadiz in, I don't know, September at home. You know, they could have had 4 hours sleep that night and still win 3-0. Do you know what I mean? That is just the way these leagues are. Germany, I can get right. We're sitting, it's almost June. Yeah, we're coming up to the end of May, right? I can tell you right now, Bayern Munich are league champions next season. Right, it's done. Just give them the trophy because it's happening. This league is the hardest league to win in Europe. You're playing competitive football every week. It's draining. We get 90 plus points. What is it? 3 times now? 2 times? 3 times now in this Premier League under Jurgen Klopp. And it's just that Man City are just that much better at the moment. Pep Guardiola is just that much better, but they have that much more financial clout than we do.
Yeah.
How this is underachieving or any kind of nonsense like that, these people either write these articles just to sell them and don't actually believe them. But if they believe what they're putting on paper, they actually believe this, then I don't know what help they need, because I can guarantee you right now, if Man United had the 3 years Liverpool have had, we wouldn't hear the end of it. It'd be, this is the team's it's a great side. What they're winning is domination, going up against this Man City side. How good are this team? Because it's Liverpool, it's like, oh, are they underachieving? Because we lost to Real Madrid in the Champions League final. We've won it 14 damn times. What is the world coming to, guys?
Mate, if you're honest,
what is the world coming to, my friend?
We should know as Liverpool fans now, innit? Like, Liverpool fans and Scousers alike, when it comes to Liverpool, context doesn't exist. It's just how it is. It doesn't matter what we do, anything positive. There's never any context behind it. And if we lose or we don't perform as well as we should do, then all of a sudden there's some more stuff. You know what I mean? There's no context to it and stuff like that. It's very weird. Them same fans from other clubs talking about it. That's fine. You kind of need to look at yourself as well, because what you're trying to tell us is we're the only ones who are giving Man City competition, exactly. And we can't beat them all the time, and you're not doing your job. You know what I mean? The league would look a lot different if you've not done your job. If one more team beats City, would be champions. But what are they talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's context to everything. There's context to calling us failures when we lost to Real Madrid by one goal in the last game of the season, and we were however minutes away from winning the league. It's context. We could have, you know what I mean? If it's different, you're saying that we won whatever and then got knocked out in the group stage of the Champions League and we finished 7th. That never happened. That's all of your clubs. Exactly. Tottenham, go and enjoy yourself. You got top 4, okay? Celebration, change room, hugging Son, giving the kisses on the heads and all. All right, we understand. But over here, like, we're not celebrating that. You know what I'm saying? Arsenal, you need to look at Tottenham because you failed, bro. You know what I mean? You had a stinker against Crystal Palace and then went and beat Everton 5-1. Get your priorities straight. Manchester United, I mean, Man U fans really need to just take care of themselves, innit?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Remember, they were supposed to win the league this season with Ronaldo and Sancho and
where's the articles on that? Where's the articles on the money
it's
Man
a mess.
United spent and
It's
got
a mess.
ridiculous wages and bought Varane, Ronaldo, and Sancho, and they finished just inside Europe.
The reason why Chelsea fans think we're stupid for celebrating the League Cup and the FA Cup, by the way, that's not all we're celebrating. Our ladies were doing something as well, in case if anyone wants to do their background check on that. You know what I'm saying? We had a great season. and we celebrate our football club and what the boys are putting. And the fans deserve something back as well. We pay tickets and Sky Sports fees and all these ridiculous, stupid-ass fees all season and stuff. Let us celebrate with our club. Don't concentrate on us. It's not even on mainstream TV. You have to go on the LFC website to watch it. So why do you know? Concentrate on your own team. I don't understand. It's very...
That means they've gone and fanned it. That means they've gone and fanned it.
It's so strange. The reason why Chelsea fans don't celebrate them cups like that is because you weren't winning anything. Money came and you just got it. So you don't know what it's like for the build-up. You don't know what it's like for dark days and you're having to struggle and get through and then win the tournament. You don't know about it. It's the reason why Man City fans they don't seem that happy about winning the league, do they? They won it on the one day, but you don't seem that happy about it. Come on, man. They know, innit? Deep down, they know. It doesn't matter what happens. They can't deal with the fact they have to live with what they know is the truth. It's just what it is. You know what I mean? Some people start businesses from scratch and some people get investments, big investments from their parents, whatever. Both alike, man. You can have a successful business, but just know that one of us worked a little bit harder. It's not a problem. Just don't say anything. But sad. All I've seen is other fans talk about us instead of talking about their own club.
Look,
even Man City.
It's just mad, man. I want to get Andy. What's your opinion on all that, mate?
On the game or what we've just been talking about then?
Whatever you want to talk about, the game, what we just spoke about, you go for it, mate.
I think the game, I thought first half, obviously I was in Jack's watching it with him and the lads. First half probably was fantastic. Obviously, second half, I don't know whose fault it was for the goal. But I'm going to say this. Konate absolutely body slammed Vinicius like I said he would. Oh. He destroyed him.
Yeah, talk about Konate.
Mate, Konate is better than Varane right now in the Prem. I'm telling you. He's better than Varane. Yeah, I know he got snubbed out of the French national team, but he's better than Varane in the league, and he's going to be the next Van Dijk. I'm telling you.
Look, Andrew, you're right, man. You are so right about Konate.
And do you know Klopp? I seen Klopp's interview yesterday I was obviously watching the stream before the boss came in, and he was like saying, he said this team's the best club in the world that he's been at, and he said even though we missed out on the Prem title like parade last time, he said this is for the Prem win from 2020 as well. That's what he said.
Yep.
And it was kind of a treble parade, wasn't it? Because we had the women's trophy there as well. So
no, you're not allowed to mention that.
Can't I?
Women's football don't exist, Andrew. Women's football don't exist. So
according to rival fans.
These Muppets that keep talking about it completely missed that the women's bus right behind that was celebrating their massive achievement. These people,
it's just rival fans for you. They're just jealous of our legacy. That's all. They're just jealous because we've won more than they have. It's simple as. You can't face facts. We're the most successful club in Europe and England.
So it's and Deco says here the goalposts always get moved when it's us. Exactly. All the time. I remember last season, guys. Actually, I remember since Jurgen Klopp became Liverpool manager, Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal fans, Man City fans kept going at us. Oh, Jurgen Klopp don't take the FA Cup and League Cup seriously. It's actually out of order that he doesn't take them seriously. What's he got against our great trophies? I hear this all the time, guys. Don't know about you lot. I heard it all the time. So Jurgen Klopp woke up in August and went, you know what? I've got a squad now. I'm going to go for everything. Right? He wins the FA Cup and League Cup, and all of a sudden, they're Mickey Mouse trophies. And when a Chelsea or a Man United or Arsenal might win it next season, they win an FA Cup or League Cup, they'll be like, this is fantastic. We're back. This is the first step back to greatness and all this. Liverpool do it, it's Mickey Mouse. But we got told for the last 6 years, because Klopp ain't won them and took them seriously, that it's a joke and it's out of order. And now he wins it. It's like, oh, that's not enough. You can't win. If we won the quad, there would have been some way of missing it. I'm telling you right now, if it happened, everyone would have gone. They would have found something in time. Oh, VAR won you the quad, or that was the worst.
The 5 subs in Europe.
Yeah, the 5 sub rules in Europe came into effect, or that was the worst Real Madrid team of all time. It'd be all this nonsense consistently. I actually take encouragement off these bitter fans. I really do, because that shows how big of a football club we are at the end of the day. So I'm taking all this as as a compliment, to be honest. I'm taking all their bitterness and their bantering as a massive compliment. Got Man United fans singing Blue Moon at me on Twitter. Man United fans singing Man City's anthem at me on Twitter. I've seen it online as well. I'm like, what are you doing? Do you not realise if it weren't for Liverpool Football Club, this league will be a joke? Do they not realise this? Have they been in some kind of a hyper sleep and not realised what's going on at the moment in the Premier League? Man City own the Premier League. Let's face it, 4 out of 5. They own the Premier League. They're trying to turn it into Bayern Munich. They're trying to be the Bayern Munich of England and just completely have this league all to themselves. Whoever's the best player in whatever team, they will just buy. Oh, Jack Grealish is tremendous. Oh, yeah. We're the only team that can go and buy him. Let's go and disrupt Villa and go and buy him for 100 million.
I'm going to say one thing as well, by the way. I'm going to say one thing. Next season, we are going to be back. We're going to be better than ever, and we're definitely going to be back in finals again. I'm telling you now.
I had someone.
100%.
I think someone from the. I can't remember what. I think it was the Telegraph was saying like that. Is that the end of Liverpool making a Champions League final? I thought, why? Will they make a Champions League final again in the coming years? I was like,
why don't they ask when Arsenal's going to start?
Yeah, what? Yeah. I was like, why wouldn't we? Because we lost to, as I keep saying, the greatest European side probably ever in this competition in Real Madrid. Because we lost in the final against Real Madrid, by the way, by 1-0 with only their only shot on target. I don't get what's going on. But like, we've got to dissect it a little bit as well, because that's what it's about. We've got to dissect these sort of things and have a look at where games were won and lost, as we always do on this channel. We're biased, obviously, because we're a Liverpool-based channel, but we can admit when we're defeated, and we can criticise when we played poorly. We're not silly, and we can do that here now. After the game, I saw a lot of people criticising our midfield for the loss. I don't know what they were watching. Personally, I think our midfield dominated Real Madrid's midfield. I really do. I think our midfield dominated them. I didn't see Modric get hold of the ball once. Tony Cruz, I didn't even know he was playing. I mean, he had to come off. The man didn't run. The man can't move. I didn't see him playing. Casemiro, I always talk about Casemiro, but I thought Fabinho was slow. Then I saw Casemiro trying to move. Jesus Christ. I thought I had it on pause. I literally thought I had my TV on pause. Casemiro can't run.
Mate, he's the son of Voldemort. He is, bro. That is the dark arts master, bro.
The man can't run. That's why he fouls so much all the time, because he literally can't move. Fabinho looks like Usain Bolt next to him. It's madness. By the way, Fabinho, we was all worried about Fabinho. Had a blinder, I thought. I thought he had it.
He put my worries to bed, to be honest.
Yeah, he had a great game, in my opinion. Thiago, we all scared about Thiago in the warm-up. Looked like he weren't ready. Thiago had a good game as well. Some of the passes Thiago was putting in, totally bypassing Real Madrid's midfield. We were passing through Real Madrid midfield all the time. But what happened is, as the game is going on, Real Madrid's midfield, I mean, Casemiro became a third centre-back in the second half. I don't think he came out the 18-yard box once in that second half. Literally sat in there as a third centre-back, just blocking everything. Mainly, I think, because he couldn't move.
Yeah.
And look, he is a decent defender. Let's not get that, he is. So he sat there. They basically had 3 at the back with Casemiro in that second half. Modric didn't get past the halfway line. We're putting it on them. I thought the midfield did well. I thought Henderson had a decent game as well. And I saw a lot of Hendo haters yet again, just passing it backwards and sideways. Apparently, I read a stat that only Thiago passed the ball forward more than Henderson in that game for Liverpool. It's just like, stop looking at clips. Watch the whole game in its entirety and take it in. As I said, I thought Trent was actually, apart from the goal, which was a part of his fault, it was like 25% over the whole defence. Let's put it that way. So the 4 defenders, they all had 25% each of the blame. That makes sense. But I didn't see Vinicius Jr. get past Trent once in this game. I never saw. He tried to run at Trent. I thought Trent handled him very well. But then Konate, Jesus, we've got to talk about this man. Konate, oh my word, did Konate make himself known in this game? He put on a show, if you ask me, for the rest of Europe. Konate, look, I mean, Vinicius Jr. couldn't outpace him, couldn't outstrength him. gave up running against him. I mean, that bit when he looked like he was going past Konate and Konate put the burners on, just bodied him out of the way and took the ball, and then started an attack. How about when Konate went on a little Matic dribble of his own and took a couple of players on and ran into the opposition half? We got to have a sip. Konate, he might start. He might be the number one starter with Van Dijk next season in the Premier League. You know.
Oh, yes.
Because I just don't know how you drop this man.
Yeah.
I really don't. Matic's been a beautiful servant, don't get me wrong. But this kid, he's 23 and he'll just turn 24, something like that.
Yeah, just.
He's a centre back. He's a centre back who's just turned 24 and he's this good already. Yes, he's aggressive. He's an aggressive kind of centre back, you know. So it complements Van Dijk quite well, actually. Because Van Dijk's not aggressive. I think complements him quite well. I know people say he gives them Lovren vibes. The difference is Lovren was aggressive and didn't do nothing with it.
Yeah.
Where Konate is aggressive, but he gets the ball, he wins the ball, and then when he's got the ball, he can actually run away from the attackers because he's got good flat line speed and he can start attacks off.
He's impressive, man.
His passing is very good as well.
Yeah, his passing is good.
He's got that really hard hit pass like Matthew does, right in the middle of the midfield. He's got that in him as well. I'll go round the table here, starting with Savage. Your opinions on Konate's performance, my man? I
think I'm starting to realise with Konate that his style is more like Matip's than it is Van Dijk's, but it's more physical and faster. I couldn't believe. I honestly, this is not me saying that I underestimated him in the first place, but I could not believe that performance. It was ridiculous. Like, he was winning everything. And you're right, he wasn't winning everything and headering the ball and kicking it away. He was bringing it down, and then he started doing his little Matip runs and stuff and weaving the ball through. When somebody slightly got the better of him, he'd always get the ball back, muscle him off. That one on the left-hand side when Vinicius thought he got past him was one of the best things I've ever seen. Because you just knew that, like, you're not stronger than me, and you're probably a little bit faster than me, but I'll catch up with you. It's not a problem. And I'm proud of the kid, man. It was getting to the point in that game where and I shouldn't, but I started to want the win more for him. As the game gone on, I was like, nah, he's played too good. He's in his hometown. Come on, man. He needs that medal.
Yeah, it's in Paris. Yeah.
Luckily for him, he's so young. He's the future. He's the future along with a lot of players in our team. And when it's all said and done and Matip and Van Dijk can't play for us anymore, he'll be in the prime of his football career. And if he's this good now, and this doesn't mean that just because we think he's had an amazing game now and he's been amazing, there's mistakes to come. So be prepared. There will be mistakes. But let's not act like Van Dijk's never made a mistake. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, these things do happen. I'm really excited for the boy's future, man. I was anyway, but now, like, there's little pockets of our team what are all around the same age, and with a bit of added experience and fresh legs and a bit more creativity behind them, I don't think I've been this positive about Liverpool after losing a final ever. Because 2007, obviously I was younger then, I was like 17, but I still thought I was too worried about the dark days coming back. So I was kind of mad then. I was like, I can't believe this. Like, this team's better than 2005 for me, and we should have won and we didn't. Obviously the last Champions League final, what we lost against Real Madrid, I mean, without being disrespectful to any of them players, Chan wanted to leave already before that game. We had Dom Solanke on the bench. Lallana rushed back from injury to be on the bench. Like, I was not happy about anyone coming off the bench. And then this one, if I'm honest, bro, the only little things I picked up, and they're negatives in a way, but I'm excited to see what comes of it, is definitely creativity in terms of coming off the bench. Like, when I seen the midfield changes, I'm like, oh, I kind of need somebody to come on the ball and carry it forward with a bit of speed. And like, Naby didn't fill me with excitement for him to come on. But it doesn't mean I think it's crap. I've actually said this on this channel loads. When there was that one game when everyone gave him man of the match, and I said, it just feels like to me that because Naby's either been really injured before or had few bad games, that when he has a decent game, everyone says it's better than it is, but it's not. So it doesn't mean I want rid of him or anything like that. I just feel like that person who, Rod said it, like when if Hendo's going to cover Fabinho in that spot as time goes on, and that's our number 6, I'm 100% fine with that. And we've got Thiago. His legs are going to go at some point.
Yeah.
because of these injuries. So we get someone to replace that spot. I need somebody else other than Naby to have that spot going forward, because he doesn't fill me with excitement. And he doesn't feel me like I think he's going to do anything. Like when the shot fell to him, if everyone else got excited, fine. I just looked at it and I was like, he's not. I've seen him do that loads this season where he's tried it. Don't get me wrong, he's done a couple and scored, but I just, you know what I mean, there was a panic in him, and he's not used to that kind of pressure being in Champions League final and stuff like that as well. So, but yeah, man, yeah.
You know what, Savage? You know what you're saying about the midfield there? A ball carrier can score goals, can shoot from distance.
Yeah,
you do know you're talking about Oxlade-Chamberlain, don't you?
I know.
And that's madness. That's madness to think. That is what the Ox was brought for Liverpool for in the first place. And he did in the first place. Before he got his big injury, the man got 11 goals from midfield.
But that Champions League run of that season,
yeah,
when he scored the goals against Man City, that's the kind of player I want back in that spot. And listen, I don't even have anything against the guy. Like, for all I know, he might be able to pull something out and thinks he can go back to that. I don't believe in him in much that he can, but I do think a lot of it's down to injuries. And, you know, judging on how Carvalho played last season for Fulham, he can do it. But I still have to have a caveat that that's in the Championship. Let me see in the Prem. For all I know, first 5 games of the Prem, he might blow it away and I'm like, there it is, man. That's the guy. Because Harvey can do it as well. But the problem is they're all so young that I don't need the pressure getting to them just yet. I would like a signing who's got a bit more experience, even if they're like 4 years older than them. And then, you know what I mean, they can keep rotating between each other. Because I just don't want it to be where Carvalho comes, he has that spot, he's amazing, and then when he drops off, everyone goes mad at him like they did with Curtis, and then all of a sudden, there's no one to go back to. But, yeah, Konate, you're right, bro. This is the incredible performance, bro. Incredible.
Jack, Konate, my man. You're muted.
It's all right, you won't be able to hear me anyway.
I literally was thinking. Jack lost his voice.
I was speaking. Lost the words, but it's quite literally.
By the way, I love Jack's t-shirt, by the way, and I've got the home one on, Jack. There you go.
Yeah, no, went to shop with Doug. I had to take him to obviously the Anfield shop before he went. But yeah, what more can you say? He's going to get better of age, and as the lads have already alluded to tonight, it was, especially in that second half, we've already spoke about Trent in that game. There was so much space out wide in terms of the channels, but there was moments within that game that he was defending on his own against 3-4 Real Madrid attackers on a counter-attack, and he was comfortable.
Very comfortable.
But as Savage said, in terms of going forward, how good is he going to be, boys, as well? Like, when he's 27, 28. The main thing, not that we won't be able to keep hold of him, but teams will eventually come in for him, and hopefully Liverpool will be in a place where, obviously, we'll be the team to be, which we are at this moment in time. But if he can get his hands on him personally, a couple of Champions Leagues, a couple of Premier Leagues, then he won't be going anywhere. But he's our lad, and is a goal-scoring midfielder. Probably will be, as you mentioned, boys, a lot of shows this summer. Carvalho potentially could be the answer. But it was frustrating. And as soon as Real scored that goal on Saturday, I think all of us deep down, we knew we played these before. We know exactly what they're going to do, sit behind the ball. But, it's going to be an interesting summer, to say the least.
Totally. So, Mizzy, your thoughts, my man?
About Ibu, he'll get better, and I second to what Savage said, that there will be mistakes. I think defenders will learn, and actually centre backs throughout, you know, in football, there's gonna be one of those off days, and I won't be surprised in the future he'll make mistakes, but that's how defenders grew in the game, and that's what made them great. And I think, Ibu, every one of us here before the game, we were sitting on the fence who would be starting in whether him or Matip. That's how good Ibu is. If Ibu wasn't that great, we could have said Joe Matip would be the automatic starter alongside Van Dijk. So that's how great Ibu is already. And I've always said in set pieces he's always a threat, and every time in corners I always have confident, even though he didn't, our set pieces wasn't that great on Saturday, but I'm always confident that with Ibu, he's always give us the belief that we could have scored, because he's always have this physical presence. He's always bullish, and alongside Van Dijk, obviously, I always like to see them had that little chat just before the corner being taken. Yeah. And I think he'll learn from it, and I think hopefully he'll chip in more goals from corners or free kicks next season.
Yeah.
That's my take on Ibu. Yeah.
So totally agree, man. Yeah, Ibu's class. He's got all the ability in the world, doesn't he, Rod?
Yes, mate. Yeah, so you see, Ibu, he was my man in the match for that before that game. Matt, because there's a little mistake he made in the first half when they scored that goal. He he passed it back to Anson, but Anson was doing his own thing and everything like that. So there's a big muck up. But what it was, he actually learned from that mistake, and his game got better. Do you know what I mean? His game got better and everything like that. Some of the tackles that he's putting in, he was getting back, because when Ibu first come to our club, he was sort of kind of like guilty of getting caught out of position and everything like that. He's mastered that now. He's mastered that. And it's very rare that Ibu gets caught out of position. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fast, strong. Do you know what I mean? There's a part when Vinicius Jr. was running towards him, and he's doing a little trickery, trying to cut inside and everything like that, right? I just stuck out. He wasn't having none of it, mate. He just stuck out his foot, took that ball and downfield. You know what I mean? He was awesome. Yeah. With Keita, I just think with Keita, you know what I mean? For just sidetrack a little bit, I just think with Keita, I think he's not offering anything different in midfield, and we need somebody that's going to offer something different in midfield. Not that he's not a good player. I think he's a very good player. But I just think at certain times we need somebody that's going to offer something different in midfield. If you got sort of like Thiago in there, Henderson there, and you got like Keita in there, and they both similarly do the same thing, you know, where's So I would like to see them bring in a midfielder that's going to offer something different. Even if they're going to keep Keita, just get somebody that's going to offer something different. But Ibu, at the end of the day, right, he's just amazing. He's just amazing for that. And that performance that he made the other night and everything that, right, the performance that he brought tears to my eyes. Seriously. Now I say it brought tears to my eyes because he was just awesome and everything that. Do you know what I mean? You know? And like he did all what he could ask of him. You know what I mean? Yeah. And as I said, he's only 24 and everything that, and he can only get better. He can't get worse, you know. He can only get better and everything that. And just imagine when he's 26, 27 and everything that. Do you know what I mean? He could be the best defender in the world. Yeah. I'm telling you, you know what I mean?
Got all the abilities. Definitely got all the abilities.
Yeah.
You know what Konate reminds me of? Konate reminds me of a young Yap Stam.
Yeah, you're right.
Yap Stam, he was built very similar. Yap Stam was massive. Built very similar. Yap Stam could move around the pitch as well. People forget that. You know, and you couldn't go round the man. You could not go. And it's a bit like Konate now. Konate is as wide as he is tall. You literally can't go around him. He's so quick. And Vinicius Jr. is one of the better young wingers in world football.
Yeah,
He couldn't get around him. And Konate, 24 years old, only just, I think it was the other day. So, centre backs don't peak till they're 28. And by then, if he keeps on the way he is now, keeps fit, keeps training well, getting guided under Van Dijk for the years to come, and listening to Klopp and the staff and the coaching team, it can be whatever he wants. He seriously can, because he's got all the attributes.
Agreed.
And I'm just glad we got him for a snip of 36 million.
Bargain.
I'm going to get to now money-wise. I'm going to start talking about money. I'm going to talk about money now and going to rent. I'm getting sick of this.
Oh, yeah.
So, we got to talk about Mo Salah and Sadio Mane now. I'm going to change tact. This is the other part of the video. So
here we go.
Sadio Mane, as we know now, unfortunately wants to leave the football club. And look, I've got no problem with players that want to leave the football club. I really ain't. They're professional footballers at the end of the day. They want to go somewhere else to play. It's up to them. I've always said it. It's not Sadio Mane FC or Mo Salah FC. It's Liverpool Football Club that we support, not the players. If people are just supporting players, just go and follow the players. Don't follow the football club. Thank you very much. But with Sadio Mane, he wants a new challenge. I know everyone keeps bringing up his wages because he's on $100,000 a week. And I've actually got a thing to bring up in a minute. But the man wants a new challenge, in my opinion. And I feel a bit for Sadio Mane, I must say, because all the talk is about Mo Salah continuously. And to be fair, if I was Sadio Mane, I'd be sitting there at home, always listening to Mo Salah this, Mo Salah that, Mo Salah this. Where, in my opinion, as a Liverpool fan watching it, in my honest opinion, Mo Salah and Sadio Mane have equally contributed exactly the same to Liverpool Football Club. In my opinion, there's not one better than the other. No one outshines the other. In my opinion, they've both contributed exactly the same to this football club, and they've been tremendous teammates and tremendous footballers for this football club. So when Mane hears about Salah this, Salah that, in his head, he's like, I've contributed just as much as Mo has. I love Mo, but I've contributed as much as he has. If Mo's after this certain amount of money, I should be after this certain amount of money. Plus, Salah is already on $200,000 a week, and Mane is on $100,000 a week. It's a weird thing with Sadio, and I swear he signed a new deal 3 years ago. So what was he on before that? I don't know, but he's only on $100,000 a week, and I say only. And it's ridiculous money, but in the world of football, that's like us getting an average wage, isn't it? And I do feel for him. But what pisses me off, I shouldn't swear now because I'm monetized. But I shouldn't swear so much now, so I won't swear. But what gets on my nerves is that this all came out 24 hours before the biggest game in European football. That's what annoys me. That is what annoys me. Sadio shouldn't have said anything. And then Bayern Munich are a disgrace. They did this to Borussia Dortmund when Jurgen Klopp was in charge of them. Told them that Lewandowski and who's the midfielder? Won Germany the World Cup.
Götze.
Yeah.
They told them Lewandowski and Götze were joining Bayern Munich 24 hours before Borussia Dortmund played Bayern Munich in the Champions League final. It's just a disgrace. And that's Mane's people letting everyone know. That's not Sadio himself, so he's not all to blame.
Yeah, of course.
But that shouldn't have happened. For me, that shouldn't have happened. We should only be hearing about it now. It should have come out after the Champions League final. Sadio does an interview and says, I've decided to leave the football club. I love the football club, but I just want to try something new in my life before I retire. And I'll be like, proper happy for you, Sadio. You go and do it, my friend. And I will always watch out for you no matter where you go, because you're a living legend at this football club, in my opinion. But the way it's happening now, it just feels a bit dirty in a way. And then you've got Mo Salah. Well, I don't know what to say. Right. Mo Salah in an interview, what was it? The Thursday, was it? In the press conference, the interviews with Henderson and Mo. Gets asked the question, are you going to sign? What's that new contract you're signing? Mo says, no, I'm going to stay next season, definitely, because I have a contract that keeps me there till next season. I'm not going anywhere. That worried me a little bit when I heard that. Then, when I heard his sit-down interview of Rio Ferdinand before the game, when he basically said, he said, yeah, I've got a contract till the end of the next season, so I'll be at Liverpool. And Rio went, you signed a new contract? He went, no. Are you close to signing a new contract? And he sort of laughed to him. No. Like that. That tells me he wants to leave on a free. That tells me he wants to leave on a free. And that pees me off. Like, gotta watch myself. That pees me right off big time because holding the club to hostage, and I don't like that. I don't like that. And yes, you can say the club should have gave Mo what he wanted at the beginning of the season, 400 to 500k a week. But then Mo came out and said it's not all about money. There's other factors involved. So what are these other factors? Because Jurgen Klopp has signed a new contract for 4 years. So is his playing staff. So you know you got them for another 4 years. We're making investments in the transfer market. We brought in Konate, a tremendous centre-back. We brought in Diaz, a tremendous forward. So there is things improving in the market. We'll probably go again this summer and getting another attacker and midfielder, in my opinion, that will improve the team. This club is going places. We just were 15 minutes away, by the way, from winning the Premier League. And we just, fine margins of winning the Champions League. So we're like fine margins away from winning a quadruple this season, make it the greatest season in club football history in this country. Yeah. What are the fine margins? What are the other factors involved in Salah's deal? For me, if I'm a Real Madrid, a PSG, a Barcelona, I'm not putting in any kind of transfer this summer for Mo Salah. I'm waiting until January now. I've just heard it from his own voice. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. So they'll wait till January, where all foreign teams can make a bid for him and give him a pre-contract agreement. So Mo could easily sign for Real Madrid in January. He'll get his 500 grand a week, so he'll be a free agent, so they can give him the money. Get 500 grand a week and he'll go off. And for me then, it was about the money. Yes, he should get paid. He should get paid for what he's brought to the club. But so should every single player that plays for Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah, definitely.
Jurgen Klopp, let's face it, the man who should get the money out of anybody is Jurgen Klopp. Let's put it on the table right now. Forget the players. Everyone who deserves a pay rise and deserves all the money in the world is the boss, the gaffer, the Kaiser. Jurgen Norbert Klopp, sitting there right now, should be getting the highest pay, for me, making the highest paid manager in world football, because the man deserves it. He brought us from the dead. Let's face it, guys. We weren't great. We weren't great. And look what he's done to us. Yeah? And you've got people like Mo. Look, yes, he should get what he deserves. I don't personally think he's a 400 grand a week footballer. I really don't. I really don't. I don't think he's that. I don't think he's as good as Mo. Look, was he the best player in the world at the beginning of the season? Maybe. But if you ask me to pick Mbappe or Mo Salah, I'm always picking Mbappe, because for me, he's a better footballer. Just is. Mo's a goal scorer, and he always score goals. But Mo isn't. Mo, Rods. I've just had to mute you, Rods, because the wrapping paper. Mo Salah isn't super clinical, by the way. He's not as clinical. For me, Son at Spurs is more clinical than Mo Salah, right? In my opinion. Mo's not super clinical. Yeah. So Son is not on nowhere near the same wages as Salah wants to be. I'll get sick and tired of it. I'll just give him what he deserves, just give him what he deserves. We've got a wage structure. We shouldn't just, only because Man United have gave Jadon Sancho, who, by the way, was okay in Germany. I think it's a bit overhyped what he did over there, by the way. He didn't win jack all. Comes over to Man United and they give him 350 grand straight away. That ain't Liverpool's problem. That shouldn't be right, because he's done that. We should give Salah like the same or equal. This is football problem, not Liverpool Football Club problem. People give wages to players that don't deserve these high wages. And then what happens is, you get clubs like Liverpool Football Club who are trying to do the job properly, have wage structures, have a proper balance at stake, and pay the right amount of money so it spreads across the team. But now we're getting a knock-on effect from these idiots that buy players and put them on straight massive money. Because then the agents go, well, Sancho's on 350 grand, Salah's better than him, so he should be on 400 grand a week. Yeah. This is the problem with football right now. It's not a Liverpool Football Club problem. It's not an FSG problem. It's a world football problem. PSG playing a player £1.5 million a week. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And Mo, look, I can understand Mo's point of view as well. It's his last contract. He wants a big one. He thinks he deserves it. And Mo does deserve it. Mo does deserve it. And I agree. But there's a way of doing these things. And for me, Mo Salah looks like he wants to just, he's got no intention of signing whatever Liverpool give him, in my opinion. And he wants to see out a free and sign a contract with someone in January. That's my opinion. Yeah. Jack, I see you want to talk.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to ask the lads as well and everyone in chat. Diaz would have threw his hat into the ring, wouldn't he? Yeah. With the sheer impact in which he's had.
Sorry, big up Charlie Webb for the next super chat as well.
What super chat come in? Super chat come in.
We're Charlie, man. Yeah, but Diaz, spot on there, Jay. For me, I look at it as, at the end of the day, this one was going to be massive. Whoever we do bring in, one or two extra players, and whatever does happen, Mane's made his bed. I'm surprised he's not really come out a bit earlier. Whether he's staying or I know he's been publicly saying he sounds like, from our point of view, he's looking to leave. But if that parade potentially changed his mind, could have, could not have. Only Mane and his representatives in Liverpool Football Club know. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. There will be life after Mo. There'll be life after Van Dijk, life after Konate. All these players move on, but football clubs remain. And there will be, hopefully, with Julian Ward, better players to come in the future as well. We all know that. There'll be the next Mane, next Salah. And but at the end of the day, mate, I look at it as Salah. Shut up, fella. Like, to Salah, obviously, he played well in the final, but I still felt he could have done a bit more. But because we know how good he is and he can be. He was playing like a man possessed in that second half, trying his best. But yeah, it's set up, as you said there, mate, Jay. All the players now in world football, it suits them if they all go away on a free transfer, because they get more millions, 100-odd million up front, the player fees, agent fees, and they can get a more bigger transfer fee due to obviously the buying club not paying a buying fee for out of the contract and everything. So yeah, I think if Salah wants to leave or if he wants to stay for the next 12 months, both him and Mane, the professionals, all my professionals, but that's why I think if Salah is, and he hasn't publicly said it, that he wants to leave at the end of his contract, that's why I think we're trying to get some money out of Sadio Mane before his contract ends.
Agree. Before I go to Savage, what I want to say is, with Mane, I respect that he wants to go and get a transfer fee. I respect that. He wants to leave now, get a transfer fee for the club, so the club makes some money on him. With Mo, I'll go to Savage with this. Do you think Mo is tarnishing his legacy a little bit if he carries on in this way?
Yeah, sorry. 1 minute. What? I've got to dash off. Yeah, I got to dash off.
Yeah, go for it, mate.
I got to dash off. But here, what happened? When you're next?
Tomorrow.
Well, no. When you got a panel next?
I've got another panel show tomorrow. I've got a few people on that. There's space you can jump on, mate.
Yeah, I'll jump on tomorrow. Just I've got to pop out. I've got to go out and do something. Do you know what I mean? So, but I could pop on tomorrow. But you know what? As always, Jamie, good stream. Love you guys. Savage, Jack,
big up, man.
And is Edward down there? I don't know if this guy's there. One down.
Tom Izzy.
Yeah, love you guys and everything that. And you know, I'll catch up with you guys soon and everything that. And it's great talking to you guys. But I'll speak to you guys soon. Jamie, big up, lad. You're doing a good job. Do you know what I mean?
Cheers, my man. Cheers, my man.
I'll see you soon.
Mate.
Much love.
Big up.
Big up.
Go for it, Savage, my man.
I don't think he's ruining his legacy. I feel like it will. It feels like that in the immediate because it's all going on right now, and on top of that, the season ain't panned out exactly how everyone wanted it to. So it's a bit more. It's a bit of a weird one, and I don't really like the timing of all these things, to be honest.
No, that's the thing.
I feel like Salah's agent probably should have started speaking up in January. To be honest, like when he was balling out, that's when he started talking. Because obviously his performances haven't been great since. Jack's right. To be fair, the AFCon's probably the worst thing to happen to Salah.
In a way, yeah.
And probably the opposite for Mane, because Salah had a better start to the season, Mane didn't. Salah, they both went to AFCON, but Mane came back way happier. And then obviously then his team got through in the World Cup playoffs as well. Whereas Salah, he went away at the time on form, the best player in the world, and you came back and realised that Jota and Ox and Minamino and Origi and Diaz come in and all have done their job. And then I know that judging on the way FSG are in football and in baseball, they've just seen that and took data and gone, hold on a minute. This was supposed to be the worst part of Liverpool's season. We're supposed to fall apart here. And yeah, we're 14 points behind in the league, but we ain't lost. We've won every game. And then after that, we went and got all the 14 points back. And Salah didn't do much in between that. I think he got like 4 assists in between then and made it to all the cup finals. So sadly for Salah, you kind of like messed yourself up there. It's giving me Rocky 3 vibes, to be honest, this Salah thing.
Okay.
Nah, it is, man. You know when Paulie was just going behind Rocky's back and just
Yeah.
And Rocky was just like, you know what I mean? He came from humble beginnings and that, but he's trying to he still wants to enjoy his life. And he's not realizing what's going on, and all of a sudden he's training in like arenas with all these people hanging around. Meanwhile, Clubber Lang's in the boiler room. That's what's happening. And
I'll go watch that later.
I don't know if I don't want to give too much judgment on Salah, because I don't know as a person. He doesn't seem like he's that guy, but he does seem like somebody who would be like, I'm gonna do the football stuff and I'm gonna trust my agent to do all of this thing. Yeah. And agents they've got the gift of the gab when it comes to wording certain things around contracts and feeding. They'll be feeding stuff into his head. They'll be checking people like Timo Werner and all these people in the Prem who are getting paid big money. And as a football club, our fans, we shouldn't care about other clubs' money. It's completely different. You know what I mean? We've just seen what's happened with Abramovich and all these guys. The money's different over there. So we should look at it within our club. And within our club, mate, if he wants to get paid a little bit more, yeah, I mean, there's a little bit, and then there's talking about being paid 2 times more than Van Dijk and Alisson and all these guys. It's not going to happen. Mane, I don't see him as somebody who looks out for money as such. I think we know quite clearly what he does with his money. We've heard enough of him that how much he gives back to his country and stuff. So if he's going to get more money and he's only going to do that anyway, big up to him. But Mane's been kind of had that genie treatment, and sadly for him, with the FSG data, they've saw as well that they would have just saw that, okay, this is the end of your contract. We're looking forward. Who can we sign? Who can do this for us? How much money are they going to want? Yeah. And the data of players after 30, because they're data driven. Now, I think Salah, when he said it wasn't about money, I don't believe his agent. I think with him, it was the size of the contract in terms of how long. Because he probably wants a 5-year contract, something like that, and Liverpool probably we'll give you 2, and because FSG is going to be like, hold on, so you want a contract till you're 36, bro? Like we've checked the data, and yes, we
can't afford to do that. Anyway.
Well, they checked the data, and let's be honest, and it doesn't mean it can never happen. He's in tip-top condition. He does yoga and Pilates, and that Salah's the beast, but he's going to check it, and he's like, hold on a minute, on our graph, Ronaldo and Benzema and Lewandowski carried on doing it. And then the other list is going to say, no. All these players have fell off. Suarez, Neymar, all these guys are not doing anything after a certain age. So why would I still be paying you that money when we can invest this money in somebody new and somebody younger? And when you came to us, you wasn't a superstar. So you don't have that to hold over our head. We've got Klopp. The biggest FSG signing has been Klopp, not Salah, not Mane. Like, we've got our guy now. This guy turned you guys into diamonds. So if you leave, well, Jota just finished on 20 goals a season, and Diaz has only just come, but he was already on 16 goals and 4 assists in Porto, and he's come here and he's got 3 goals and 4 assists. So it doesn't show up. So sadly for him, it's just how it works, isn't it? I don't think his legacy will be ruined, but I do believe, I said this to you before that Rio Ferdinand interview, that I said the exact same thing when he said, you guys know I'm going to be here next season. He means that I'm going to be to the end of my contract. And as fans, it's a bit of a
That's a
catch-22, because if you ask us at the beginning of someone's contract or 2 years in when they're playing out their skin, well, what do you want from this player? You're going to say, as fans, we just want players to honour their contract and play to the end. And he kind of is doing it. But I don't want him to go out on a whimper. And I don't want our team to be held to ransom, because he could just... If Klopp starts... If we get someone on that right side now, and Salah still plays to the end of his contract, but he's rotated if he's not playing very well, I won't care if he goes. But if you've got that thing where now, because we all did the previews and stuff, and the one position on the pitch, apart from Alisson and Van Dijk, we're all like, no, Alisson, Van Dijk and Trent, all of us are like, well, Salah's definitely starting. And then everyone else is pick a, but it shouldn't be the case. He's been the worst one for the last however long. We love him, but if you go through that front three, people have stuff to say about Jota. But who's been better between Jota and Salah from January? Who's been the better player? And if you can't answer it clear, then sorry, Salah, bro, but hold bench or we have to sell you, mate.
Like, before I get to Tom Izzy with his opinions on this, I said it earlier. I did a video this morning as well talking about it, and I was talking about Sadio Mane, and I don't think it's actually a money thing with Mane, as you say. I just think he wants to feel the same respect that Mo's getting. I think that's what Sadio wants. He wants the love and respect that everyone's showing Mo and talking about Mo Salah about. That's what I think personally.
Yeah.
Also, if he does go to Bayern Munich ain't going to pay much more than what he's on now, by the way. Bayern Munich are not the big wage. I think they're the biggest. The player on the most money at Bayern Munich is $300,000 a week. They're not going to give, Mane massive more than what he's on now, in my opinion. But I said this in my video this morning. If Sadio Mane leaves, at the end of the day, we've had the best version of Sadio Mane in our football club. When he goes to if he goes to Bayern Munich, it's not the best version of Sadio Mane right now.
No.
We had the best version of Sadio Mane and he was appreciated and he was loved by the club, by the manager, by the fans. You know, these contracts now, I think Jack's right. I look at these contracts now. I think all big players around the world are never going to go for a transfer fee ever again. I think they're going to see out all their contracts. I think Mbappe stays at PSG till his contract's gone and then just goes for a free.
Mbappe's going to sell himself and transfer himself.
But I just see that. I saw it the other season when all them players went to PSG for absolutely nothing. I don't think we're going to come to a time soon where all the big elite footballers will sign big contracts for their clubs that are ridiculous, keeps them in their clubs for 3 or 4 or 5 years, and then after that, they just move to the next big club on freeze. Yeah. I don't think we're going to see many. I think transfer fees might come a thing of the past one day. I really do.
Yeah, Lukaku will be the last one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be all about wages. I think it's all going to be about wages and who can pay the man the most. You can pay the man the most, they go. I even think it's coming to about it don't matter where you play. Look at Aston Villa. Look at the 2 players Aston Villa have just bought from the European continent, yeah? This tells me a lot about the European continent right now, that these 2 players have chosen to leave their teams to go to Aston Villa. And this is no disrespect to Aston Villa, who are a big club in England, but they just finished 14th in the Premier League.
Exactly.
They're leaving Seville and Marseille, to go to Aston Villa. I mean, it's not like they're leaving to go to a top 6 team in the English league. And that's because Villa can pay more wages than they're getting at Seville and Marseille.
Yeah. This
is the power now. It's all about wages. And I think transfer fees are not a problem. Paying £100 million for a footballer isn't the problem. If you're paying £100 million for a footballer, that means that player is worth 300 to 400 grand a week. That's where the problem is.
But you potentially see bigger contracts, would you, lads? Say 6-8 year contracts.
Yeah, I think that's what you'll see as well soon. You'll see massive contracts.
I think Saint Maximan's done something like that, and he's on like a 6-year contract.
I think that's what you're going to see. You're going to see contracts that are 6 to 10 years, maybe in some cases, depending on their age and stuff like that.
Well, Jay,
be like,
Jay, before you move on, to Jack or Tom Izzy, on this contract situation, I'm only a little bit torn on it just because you've got mercenaries who come in and don't do much for your football club. take up the wage bill, stay to the end, and then we don't even get anything. We don't get anything out of you on the pitch, and we don't get any money back for you. And then if you take away the way we feel right now, and the fact that we're all like a bit more like we're a bit more clued up in terms of the business of football now. When obviously none of us as football fans got into it for that, but we just know this is what we do now. Do you think for Mane and Salah, considering how much reward money we would have got this season, I mean, we must be over 100 mil already, but this season, yeah. Do you think that, like, take away how you feel about them as players and that want to keep them? Is it kind of not the right thing to do if you're not trying to hold us ransom? Is it not the right thing to do to just play to the end of your contract? Because only because we didn't pay that much for them in the first place. And I would say
we're not losing massive money.
I would say we've got the money's worth. I'd say that what they've given us is way more than what we paid for them, because they've both won every trophy for Liverpool now. And it sounds mad because they've got all them trophies, but if you add up the finals, what we've got to as well, what could have been more, potentially they could have been on like maybe 10 trophies. Yeah. Even if you take away the finishing behind Man City twice, the two Champions League final losses, a League Cup loss, a UEFA Cup loss. Like, I know I don't like it, but it might be. And I think FSG, they're American. I think they kind of think like that themselves. I think they're kind of like, if we get a money's worth out of you, in some way, which is either on the pitch, marketing with kits and stuff like that, which Salah has probably done tenfold, and Mane, to be fair, or you're not that great when we get you for a cheap fee and we'll just sell you on, like, without being disrespectful, like a Ben Davies, or if we ever sold Minamino, we got him for 7 million, we're going to sell him for more. If we were going to ever sell Robbo, we got him for like little bit of money. So, you know what I mean? We sold Solanke for like 15 million or something like that. So that's my only question behind it. If you take away how we feel about them emotionally, they've actually probably they've given their money's worth to the club already. And as long as you don't do it in like a terrible way, or like Coutinho, where you start faking injuries and stuff like that, is it kind of not best to let us know that you're going to run the contract down and you're going to still play your heart out for the club? And then we just say, okay, you've told us that now. We're going to continue with you in this role, playing for the club. If you start not playing very good, we're going to swap you around with somebody. You know what I mean? You're not invincible. But we can start talking about getting people in then. And then we've got a year ahead of them instead of waiting till the end. And then somebody tells you a month before their contract runs out, I'm leaving. And then we're like, oh, well, we ain't signed anyone yet. And then we start panicking and we get like Ricky Lambert style players in. So
I will say, just go quickly before I go to Tom Izzy, I was just going to say, with Mane, with Sadio Mane, do you know, I was sincere thinking about it. Maybe Mane wants an easier life now. Do you know how hard it is to play every week in the English Premier League? Every single week. The man's got to play his heart out. 100% effort has to go in. They talk about it all the time, especially foreign players when they come to England. They talk about, I think Kai Havertz and Werner spoke about it. They said you have to play 100% every week, or otherwise you don't win the game. In Germany, you know, depending who you're playing, you can walk a game sometimes.
Will they play him on the wing for Bayern though?
Yeah.
They can't use him as a number 9, surely. I don't think that's.
They're looking and playing for a number 9, yeah.
So they're going to replace him with Lewandowski?
Yeah, which we'll get to in a minute, because I'm saying swap deal.
But where was Mane before Liverpool? I mean, not before Liverpool, before Southampton. Was it Salzburg or Leipzig?
Salzburg.
Salzburg.
It was Salzburg, Leipzig, Salzburg, and
all of them. So
Liverpool.
Yeah. Because it was
the Red Bull teams used to swap the players around.
Yeah. I was only asking just due to his personal life and stuff like that. Because
he did play through the middle for Southampton a little bit.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I just thought with his personal life that might feed into it with Mane.
I think he's got family in Germany as well.
Yeah. I remember I mentioned it to you before about when he had that off season, and I said no one's really looked at his personal life. The fact that everyone had COVID around him, and apart from his teammates, he doesn't have any friends.
He's on his own. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a hard life. And I just think he may be thinking, no, I'll go to Germany, I'll play for Bayern Munich, I'll probably win things because it's Bayern Munich, and the lifestyle is going to be so much easier on me. I'm 30 years old, going to be 31, whatever old he is, going into my 30s, ending of the career, got 4 years left. Do I want to do 4 years of playing exhausting, tiring football in the Premier League and then the cup competitions and the Champions League? or will I feel fresher, happier, and a little bit of a better lifestyle if I go to Germany?
Yeah, the press is different here as well, isn't it? Our press is a
exactly.
bit
They leave him alone in Germany. I mean, Tom, is it your opinion, my friend?
Right. About Mo, I think with all this conundrum, this transfer saga, it's like Mbappe in a way, because like Kylian Mbappe, I think it was last season, wasn't it, that he wanted to move to Real, and then all of a sudden he stayed in Paris. When I look at these two players, I think they have one thing in mind, that they just want to smash and grab after the life of Cristiano and Leo.
Yeah.
Because
You're right.
because I think with Mo, he has this personal. I think that's why he really wants to win the Champions League. That if he performs on Saturday, I think that Ballon d'Or would give his name a shout.
Yeah.
And now it's like whether the future is now hanging in balance again. And this drags not only him but us fans as well, the whole, the team, the club. And it's hard to tell. The only thing I have to say is, if Mo wants to honor his contract, then, and if he, and like us, we're hoping that we will do really well next season, avenge after what happened for the last 2 weeks, after Man City and then after Real. Then Mo has to perform, and then shut everyone's mouth. And if he wants to win the Ballon d'Or, which I think he has the chance next season, and it'll be interesting tie, because Erling Haaland now is in the Premiership. So Mo has to get himself right in terms of mindset. But yeah, what he has to do is just perform and do all the talking on the pitch.
Agreed.
I totally agree, mate. I totally agree. I mean, you spoke facts there, my man. You spoke facts there. But, like, look, Diaz, let's face it, Diaz was Mane's replacement. I think Liverpool knew Mane was leaving all season in a way. Because Luis Diaz was meant to be the summer. He was meant to come in the summer. And he came in January because
Spurs.
Tottenham made some noise.
Yeah.
So we can't afford to lose him. So the fact that we said we couldn't afford to lose him makes me think he was always Mane's replacement.
I think he was.
And where has Diaz played all the time? Left-hand side. Where's Mane had to go? Through the middle. And I think that's the reason. I think that's because they see Diaz as the long-term successor, which tells me we're looking for a number 9 this season. I think we're looking for a proper number 9. I think I've heard Jurgen Klopp rumours from people not close to Jurgen Klopp, and some reporters, like Paul Joyce and all that, who I do trust, saying like Klopp is looking to refresh this forward line this summer. He knows it's getting a bit sour, and it is, no doubt about it. Look, Mane and Salah and Mane, I would love them to retire at our football club, like Bayern Munich had with their wingers.
Yeah.
I'd love them to retire at our football club. Of course I would. Have people underneath them, they play bit part games, stuff like that going forward. But at the end of the day, Mane and Salah are not going to be as good as they were 2 years ago. It's just a fact.
Yeah, of course.
It's a fact of life. Mane and Salah might have a few good months, and everyone's like, see, they still got it. And then they'll have 2 months where it dips.
Yeah.
Then it might even out a little bit and then go up again. If you're a business, and let's face it, we might not like it, but football's a business. It just is.
Yeah.
And when businessmen are running things like this and they see that, they look at the analytics and see all this sort of thing, they go, we're not going to give him 400 grand a week because it's going like that. And we want it to keep going like that for a few years.
100%.
Like Mo did when he first came.
100%.
Like that for about 3 or 4 years. No doubt about it. And it's not going. They're never going to be like that again. So they're going to leave the football club. We just got to get around to knowing that Bobby, Mane, and Salah will not be Liverpool players either next season or the season after. It's just not going to happen, guys. And we move on. But I trust this club. I trust the recruitment policy at this football club. Now, for me, I do think Mo will stay next season and play out his year. Probably will go on the free at the end of the season. And probably will have the greatest season of all time. A bit like Suarez did when he decided to leave at the end of the season. He just had that ridiculous out of this world. I can just see Salah having the greatest season ever next year. There's no international football in the summer. He's got nothing to break for apart from the World Cup, which he's not taking part of. So he can rest up and have a little holiday, spend time with his family. So then he'll probably have a tremendous season next season, which will hurt even more that he goes for a free. Because he's probably going to have this worldie of a season. Mane will probably go to Bayern Munich by the look of it. I'd love him to stay, but he looks like he's off. I do trust the recruitment of this club. I know some people don't, and I don't get why, because look where we came in the last few years to what team we got now. I trust the recruitment. Now, obviously, by the look of it, what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing online, we're looking for an out-and-out number 9. I think he wants a more clinical striker through the middle. We got so many attacking wingers that we shoehorn into that number 9 position. Jota's not a number 9. I like Jota basically out on the left when he's running at the defenders. I think that's when he looks at his best. Jota likes to do everything really quick, a bit like Mo Salah does on the right-hand side. You know, when Jota slows it down, he doesn't look like the same footballer at all. Yeah. He likes to play at fast motion. That's why he's better off the left-hand side. So he can be Diaz. They can swap all season, Diaz and Jota. That's a good left-hand side, if you ask me. Yeah. And the right-hand side, you've got Mo. We need someone there. But we also, for me, need a number 9. Origi's gone. Taki's probably going to leave. Mane's going to leave. We're short. We need a number 9. Now, obviously, for this position in the club we are, obviously the number 9s around the world, there ain't a lot of great ones, let's be fair. There ain't a lot of out-and-out fantastic number 9s. You've got Haaland, who's obviously gone to Man City. You've got Harry Kane, whose name for some reason has popped up for the last 3 days on everything Liverpool related. I don't know where this rumour started. I have no idea where the Kane rumour started, but it won't stop. Then he was pictured in everyone said it was Paris, but I swear it was America he was on holiday.
Yeah, he was in America.
They asked him on
that interview.
With Jimmy Fallon, wasn't it? Or something like that. And they asked him, and he said, Liverpool and their stadium and stuff like that. So he picked us up a little bit about, and all that sort of stuff. So everyone's gone, right, it's definitely coming. That's done. That's done. I've seen Harry Kane's agent in the hairdressers in Anfield Road or something like that. You know what I mean? That's what you go get next. That's what you go get next. And Harry Kane ain't coming to Liverpool, guys. Daniel Levy, Al Hydra. Daniel Levy. Al Hydra. Daniel Levy looks like the bloke from Hydra from the Avengers.
He does, man.
Daniel Levy is not selling Harry Kane to Liverpool. So that's just, he hates Liverpool. He hates John W. Henrik with a passion. We stole Diaz from him in his opinion. We going for Harry Kane. He's going hard. You thought City was finding it hard last season. There was no chance in hell. I think we've got a better chance of going after Son, personally. We're going to pick one of them.
Yeah, they just signed Perisic and he plays on the left where Son plays.
They're going to play him left wing back, apparently, ain't they?
Left wing back?
Yeah, like they did for Inter Milan when Konate was manager.
Mate, this is the Premier League, bro. Perisic can't play left wing back in the Premier League.
That's what Konte's going to do.
He's a baller as well, but
he's 33 years old and they've stuck him on 100 grand, 180 grand a week. 33. And he's never played in England. I can't believe that transfer. It's madness. But, Son I'd go for if I was going for one of them. But then you've got the Lewandowski factor. You've got the Lewandowski factor. Right, hear me out. This is a pipe dream, but hear me out. Right. Lewandowski, I thought was a bit rude in his statement today by Bayern Munich, by the way.
Yeah, something's going on there.
Yeah, and something's not quite right. I think he's a bit peed off because I think he thinks Bayern Munich were wanting Haaland to replace him. I think that's what he's trying to make out. And Bayern Munich went, we were never in for Haaland. You know, we were never in for him. You were, you just couldn't afford it. And so Haaland's obviously at Man City. Lewandowski wants to go somewhere new. I know he's 33. But Mane is apparently wanted by Bayern Munich to replace Lewandowski. Bayern Munich won't let Lewandowski go till they got a replacement. Liverpool won't let Mane go till they got a replacement. Either way, you swap it. Liverpool and Bayern Munich can't come to a deal at the moment because Liverpool are like, yeah, I know we took Thiago off you for silly money because he had a year left in his contract, but we ain't doing the same for Mane. Because that's what Bayern Munich think. Oh, they think, they got to return the favour because we let them have Thiago. No. That's not how football works. For starters, he's an attacker, not a midfielder, so he's worth more anyway. So we want proper money for him. Lewandowski wants to leave. You want a replacement. For me, this makes perfect sense. This might be a pipe dream, but for me, it makes actually perfect sense. Lewandowski loves Jurgen Klopp. Still calls him the best manager he's ever worked under. While he's still playing for managers. I think that's hilarious. And calls him a father figure. Jack, I'm going to go to you here, man. Is it a pipe dream? Is it ridiculous? Or could you actually see a scenario where this could happen?
I'd love it, mate. I was speaking to a couple of...
Don't ruin it.
Yeah, I'd love it. Sorry that. But I've just had to get up transfer market. He'll be 34 in August 21st this year.
Yeah. Short-term option, definitely.
Short-term, if we had him for like 2 years, great. Yeah. And if we had Lewan up front on Saturday, we won that game.
Oh, yeah. We did. We won. We're champions.
Yeah. We'll see how my voice is getting even worse. Longer this goes on.
You're right, mate. Go anytime you want.
No, I'm enjoying it. But as Gary said there, and I don't know, I think all of us have spoken about Nunes. We all watched the Champions League game, but I've seen him in person. And I haven't seen anyone come to Anfield like him. He scored about 2-3 offside goals that night as well. He's a freak of nature. I've not seen a lot of him, but judging on that 90-minute spell in which he had in that game, I was like, what is this lad? It's very special.
Yeah.
But outside of that game and obviously the other leg, the other game we had in the group and that, he's a talented player. And I think if we were to miss him, it could be another case of Haaland in the next 5 years prior to him moving to Dortmund. We could be like, well, why didn't we put a bid in for him? But it'd be a lot. But I think he's the more makes sense, more FSG signing. Yep. But as we said, Thiago broke that mold in terms of the strategy and the running the club.
Yeah, I
think FSG were reminded by Klopp that you can get 2-3 years out of an elite level footballer. And as you said there, Jay and lads, there's no way Tottenham is selling this Harry Kane. No. Even if we bid 150 million, I'd love him. I tell you what, that lad deserves to win trophies, but I think at the end of the day, the only thing he's going to win is probably him beating Alan Shearer's Premier League record in the end of his career, which will be sad. Yep. But yeah, Nunes more for me, Jay and lads. But sorry, lad. I'd love Lewan because he's a world-class player.
I'm telling you, I'm picturing it. Jack, I'm going to dream about this tonight. It's not going to leave my side. It's a simple swap deal job. It can be done. And as you say, FSG have broken the mold with Thiago. And I think if Klopp really wants it, and FSG know, I know people said like Klopp has gone to him before when we didn't have centre backs, and FSG put their foot down and said, "No, you're not having him," because that was only because they had Konate in mind and was always going to buy him in the summer. So they didn't see the point of buying anyone in January when we couldn't get hold of Konate in January because he was still involved in Champions League football at the time. So he couldn't come in January. That was the reason. So they always buying Konate in the summer. That was always the plan. That's why they told Klopp, no, look, we've got a plan going forward. We're going to buy this guy in the summer, but we can't get him now because of Champions League football. So here's Ben Davies. So, I mean...
Lewan would be very Van Persie-ish.
Yeah, it would be. I'll tell you what, if we got Lewandowski, I know he's 33, he'll be 34 when the season starts. But I'm telling you what right now, that don't bother me because he's a freak. He's just a freak of a player, like Ronaldo is. Ronaldo's 37, banging goals for the worst Man United team I've seen in my lifetime. Lewandowski with Salah next to him, Diaz on the other side, Trent firing balls into him. Don't forget, Trent will actually have a proper number 9 to cross to for once. Jesus Christ, this table's moving, guys. Right, Tom Izzy, take it away. Pipe dream.
Right. If this happens, I'm not surprised because there is a reason why Jurgen signed the contract.
Yeah.
And I suppose in that clause, in that contract, it's that he has more, I'm not saying authority, but I say he has a strong case if he wants that transfer, that the player that he wants to make it happen. And remember when was it Julian Brand, that one of the winger, and then they signed, I can't recall who was the player, but basically they had this Jurgen and part of the transfer committee. They went back and front, and this time I suppose if Jurgen wants that player, and if he wants Louis, I think it could happen. But as Jack says, FSG might have a case of Darwin Núñez. So whoever's or maybe another player that FSG, I mean the transfer committee thinks that maybe suits a better profile for the forward line if Sadio moves on. But look, at the end of the day, if Robert Lewandowski goes to Premiership and plays for us, I'm not surprised. And yeah, I'll try to manifest myself on that.
Let's manifest it. Let's put it in the atmosphere. Let's put it in the atmosphere. We'll go savage with this as well. I will say, I know people saying he's 34 and stuff. I just don't think it matters. We'll play like Lewandowski. He'll bang goals. I know everyone's saying, he's Barcelona bound. Well, I'm reading today that Barcelona, believe it or not, I don't know if people know this, but Barcelona have got money issues. And I think Barcelona themselves have forgot they've got money issues.
They're crooks, man.
They took a massive loan from the bank. What Barcelona have not realised is you have to pay loans back. It's sort of how it works. And apparently, any new signings Barcelona get, they have to even the book, so they have to let people go. That's why they're looking for someone. Who's the Dutch striker they got?
Depay.
Depay.
Oh,
They're looking to offload
Memphis,
him. Yeah. They're looking to offload Depay, ain't they? They're looking to get move the Wolves player along.
Adama.
Go back to Wolves, apparently, because I think it was only a loan deal, wasn't it? I can't remember now.
Yeah.
Apparently, they want him gone again. So they're trying to offload players. And
Depay might go back to Man U, to be fair.
Yeah, and then Gavi in midfield, obviously, for me, is a super talent. Liverpool are very, very interesting. I believe the interest in Liverpool Gavi is actually true.
Yeah, we ain't getting him.
But there's no way. I heard saying today Liverpool bid 50 million for him. It's not happening. I know he's got a year left in his contract, but he will sign for Barcelona. There's no doubt about it. And for me, Gavi is better than Pedri as well. By the way, I rate Gavi higher than Pedri. I think he's going to be like Iniesta. He's just a diamond. So they have to offset that first. Liverpool don't have to worry about offsetting anything in the books, but it just makes sense to me. It looks like something Liverpool can actually do. I don't think wages would be too much of a problem. He'd probably come in as our top earner, which will piss Salah off even more. But if you see Lewandowski coming in, even if it's just a short-term option, I think it's a brilliant short-term option, personally. And then Liverpool can go and look for a longer-term option for a next year or two, and then bring someone else in. Because I do think we might need 2 forwards this summer, because Origi's going, Taki will probably go, and if Mane goes, that's 3. So we probably do need 2 attackers. We need
recognised striker. Yeah, like Origi was, I think Klopp classed him as like probably the second in his interview a couple of months ago, the second deadliest finisher of Liverpool. So it's mad. But we need a striker, boys. But as everyone said, and you lads have said, boys, as well, it'll be another. We'll be sitting whatever we're doing one night, and we'll have to jump up and get on a stream and be like, "Oh, we've got so and so."
I think we're going. Like, you can take this over in a second, Savage. But I actually do think we're buying someone big this summer. All the talk coming out at the moment, Liverpool are definitely looking for a Mane replacement, and they're not letting him go till Mane goes. Now, obviously, going. It depends what your version of a big player is, I suppose.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And what FSG's version of a big player is.
FSG's version of a big player is somebody young with potential. It ain't what we think.
I mean, but I still trust that. I mean, in Kanku, is that his name?
Take him.
He's young with potential, but everyone raves about him. Everyone raves about him. So if FSG are saying that's the big transfer target that we're looking at, I'm all for it. You know, if it's Jarrod Bowen, people are going to be so pissed off because they don't understand it.
Absolutely.
Jarrod Bowen's a fantastic footballer. I don't know what is his weak and strong foot, by the way, with Jarrod Bowen. He's quick. He's not lightning, don't get me wrong. But people will be like, "Oh, we ain't a Mane replacement." And then he goes.
You can say that, but look what he done to us last season.
Yeah, then he'll go and score 20 goals next season, and everyone will be like, "Oh my God, it's a stroke of genius." You know, you can't win. No matter who Liverpool buy, by the way, even if we did get this Lewandowski pipe dream, they just did a swap, right? And he came in. People will go, "Oh, he's 33, 34. What are we doing?" This is... But yeah, Savage, you take it away, my man. Your thoughts.
Listen, I've been saying that I feel like Liverpool have been doing a slow rebuild without upsetting the current squad and just feeding in players here or there, to the point that by the time we get to the next transfer window, I'd say January, we've probably got a whole new squad without even noticing. Now, Lewandowski, baller, up there with the best striker on the planet, him and Benzema probably, and he has been doing it consistently. He has another year off where he's been trash. Lewandowski, he's always on it, even international football. Knowing what our owners are like is a completely different matter to how we think.
By the way, that's a comment, by the way. And I totally agree with it.
So if we go off how the fans dream, then Lewandowski would be perfect. But I will say,
JB dream.
Nunes, Darwin Nunes, the way he's built, the style he plays in. If you want anything closer to a Lewandowski without actually getting a real man and younger as well, he plays like a 24-year-old Lewandowski, and it fits what FSG would go for.
Yeah,
they wouldn't be asking for too much money for him because they just don't have that kind of, you know what I mean? They don't really have that over us. Klopp type player, yeah, he's going to make him better than he already is. And he can play in the number 9, but I don't know when Liverpool's ever going to go to a full number 9, to be honest. Even if we buy one, they'll probably still play him false 9. But if you can get him, Nunes, I'd probably take him over Lewandowski just because it's only going to be a short term with Lewandowski. And as much as I trust that these players take care of themselves, I just know that once you're older, you're only one injury away from not being able to be used. And look at how Thiago keeps picking up injuries. He's a baller when he's there and he's the best on the pitch, but when he's injured, we can't use him, innit? So Nunes, for me, in that number 9/false 9 spot. Diaz, I believe, with you, Jamie, was Mane's replacement already, especially because we weren't playing Mane in the number 9 before. And Jota was the one banging goals for us in the middle of the year. So to have Diaz on the left-hand side, Jota, who can play on the left-hand side as well with a replacement, Nunes through the middle, they'll probably let Bobby run his contract down. And the fact that Carvalho plays he can play in the number 10, but he can play, and he can pretty much play anywhere across the front line as well. And then Salah will stay in that position as well. And if you can sign Nkunku, and Nunes, I'm sweet, mate. Like, I don't even trust me. I've been keeping up with Nkunku. Nunes not as much because I can't really stand that football. It's a bit, you know what I mean? It's a bit long. But yeah, if you can get them two guys and then just throw in a midfielder, just a dynamic midfielder, to be honest. I'm not asking for much because I trust the Klopp and I trust our coaching staff as well. And I trust the midfielders we've already got. But going forward, I would even take Maddison, to be honest. I just need somebody who carries the ball and can shoot from outside the box. And maybe if you can add set pieces to your game as well, because looking at that game we just had, like set pieces were terrible in that game. Yeah, Trent can take free kicks, but he's not like prolific with them. He doesn't score them all the time. But I don't know, man. I don't know why Maddison comes to my head, but I just thought, like, if you think of what kind of player he is, he went under the radar this season, but his way ended up on like 10 goals and 14 assists or some rubbish like that, or 10-10. And he's playing for Leicester with an injured team and in like conference leagues and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I just think Lewandowski would be perfect for us, but short-term success, and we don't know what's going to happen with him in the future. And I'm sure we'd have to pay him a little bit more money in terms of wages. But yeah, man, I think that's kind of it. Like,
No, great.
I'm excited for them though. I'm excited. Listen, I'm going to back the club either way because they're not really letting me down with anything. Like, even people who have not got off to the start we thought they would. Naby, Minamino. Well, Naby's done his bit this season. Like I said, it doesn't excite me as much. But Minamino's been top goal scorer in the FA and Carling Cup. So
11 starts, 10 goals.
10 shots on target as well.
It's fantastic.
Can't get more
think I'm thinking about it now, sitting and listening to what you're saying there, and I have to agree with what you're saying. And I look at, is it Nunes at Benfica?
Yeah,
he fits the FSG mold, don't he?
A lot.
Very easily attainable to get, in my opinion. I think if you slap 60 mil down on Benfica's desk, you get him.
Yep.
Wages, I don't think will be a problem because he's only 23, 24, and something like that.
Yep.
So wages won't be a problem. And look, I know Man United are sniffing around him. I think, Stephen Owen said Man United are sniffing around him. I'm sorry, but Liverpool come in with the open coffee charge. He ain't going to United. So, not at this moment in time. So if they do want him, they have to act quick. I do think Liverpool are definitely interested in it. And I do think, in a way, he did his job interview when Liverpool played Benfica. I mean, he couldn't have done a better job interview, really, could he?
He scored like 4 offside goals, but they were all like just offside.
Yeah. And that chip over Alisson was disgusting.
Yeah, he's a baller, man.
So he's definitely a footballer. I mean, I've gone back and looked at him because I'd say, apart from Champions League games, I've never even seen him play much. So went back and looked at him. Very, very good footballer. A lot of talent there. Definitely FSG mould. Lewandowski thing for me is just a player I'm thinking.
Yeah, he's a baller, man.
Are we at that stage now as a club? We could use experience in the forward line of someone like Lewandowski. But as you say, if we only just got him and Mane left, Lewandowski's going to pick up injuries in the Premier League. He's going to play every game. And at that age, you're going to pick up injuries. So it'd be a mistake. Go on, Tom, is it?
Yeah, the one thing I would like to point out, a case which might against this, if about Lewandowski, is that I don't think. When was the last time Jurgen would have another second stint with his former players? Because I think the last time was it Nuri Sahin, who played for us, because he was with Borussia Dortmund when Jurgen was in Bundesliga. Yeah, I think I don't know if there was an article that Jurgen would or someone has posted a forum that Jurgen wants to sign his former players. That's the only thing that might that won't happen if Lewandowski won't play for Liverpool, just because Jurgen has a history with him back in the days.
Yeah, that's true. He still talked to him as well. He did say that he's still in contact with a lot of them players. So. But he did mention after that game. He mentioned Nunes without the reporter asking him a question about him. Yeah, he kind of brought it up straight away how good he was. So he obviously knows his stuff, man. Interesting, man. Very interesting. See what I'm saying? It's exciting, man. I'm actually excited for this, bro. Like, it's nice to be when you're looking for players, but you've already got a great team. It's the nicest position to be in. With all down the years, we've always had the baddest striker on the planet, but the rest of the team's a bit meh. When you look through Liverpool's history, it's the greatest thing I've had since being a kid is the fact that we've always had like a top striker. Without doubt, usually one of the best in the world: Suarez, Torres, Owen, Fowler. Like we've always had it, but yeah.
Here's one. Mark H says it. Eriksen is a free. Eriksen is a free transfer. Him and Thiago are very similar footballers. That means, there you go, Jack's ready.
The baller, man.
I can just imagine those balls over the top. And
well, that means Thiago wouldn't have to play so much. Also, it means Eriksen wouldn't have to play so much.
Corners, free kicks.
They can share out the responsibility. You know, you can start one and have one on the bench. Do you know what I mean? And then you're having like for like almost. And we haven't got a set piece taker in our team. I don't care what anyone says. I am sick to death of Robbo and Trent taking every single corner, every single match. Because I said this in my reaction video. When Trent goes to take a corner from the right-hand side and it's an outswinger, every defence in Europe now knows how to set up a corner for it. I mean, we do score some, don't get me wrong, but, you know, if you mix it up a little bit, I don't understand why Thiago don't take a corner. Or
Yeah, took him for Bayern.
Yeah, or Hendo. Hendo's a good crosser of a ball.
Yeah.
Saturday sent me boys that I use spells. I was like, come on.
Do you know what? I'd rather have Hendo taking a corner than sitting on the edge of the box waiting to hit a 20-yard screamer, because that's never happening. So just put Hendo on a corner instead and put Trent on the edge of a box to do a 20-yard screamer, which you got more chance of.
Yeah, I think Eriksen comes in and does what Shaqiri done for us. And
Yeah,
we didn't get to play him enough, but you watch that Champions League semi-final back. No Shaqiri in that game, bro. This geezer was whipping the balls in, bro.
Yeah. Shaqiri's problem was with injuries because he was too thick for his height.
Yeah.
That was his problem. He's 5'6" and he's like too thick. He's too muscular for his height.
Can I just say, Jay, you know everyone keeps talking about Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the guy. The geezer's one of the best strikers I've ever seen.
I can't
he's
stand
world-class striker. But I kept hearing this narrative, people adding on to the fact of how good he is, that we can have him because he can take set pieces as well. It's not true.
I've never seen him.
So I just wanted to say that I've kept up with Harry Kane's career. I'm pretty sure this guy has only scored maybe 3 free kicks in his whole career. Maybe. I remember one against Man U, I took a deflection. I remember one for England, and that was it. Every time he steps up for a free kick in a match, I'm like, why is this geezer stepping up? Like he's got a David Luiz free kick, and he never scores them.
No.
I've seen Dyer score them. I've seen Trippier score them. Anyway, I had to get off my chest, man. It was bothering me a lot, man.
It's a bit like Roberto Carlos.
Yeah.
Roberto Carlos, when he did score a free kick, it was like the greatest free kick you've ever seen. But the amount of free kicks he took in his life, he didn't score much.
Yeah, Ronaldo's record's not that great either. It was in the Prem. And
all them ends up in the stand.
Messi's
probably the best free kick taker I've ever seen.
Yeah, him and Ward Prowse take free kicks like penalties.
Yeah,
like honestly,
Messi's,
I think Messi's free kick record's better than his penalty record. I'm not joking.
He's missed like 12 penalties.
I've seen him miss like 2 penalties in one game, but he's not the best at penalties.
And he still takes them because he's Messi.
Yeah, I love that guy, man. Everyone's been disrespecting Messi this season. I'm just gonna let everyone know, just leave Messi alone, bro.
Yeah, didn't Messi have the top assist record in Europe or something?
Yeah, I don't need people disrespecting Messi, bro. Like, let him have a bad season. Like, he's been dope for like flipping 15 years. Just let him have a bad season, bro.
But he still had the best assist record in Europe. But no one talks about that because Messi. I always say this about Messi. Messi is the ultimate playmaker. The ultimate playmaker.
If Messi wants to take 80 grand a week, come to Liverpool, man.
Give you Diaz, man.
We'll give you all the rights. We'll give you all the rights to your name, all your image rights. You can have all of that. Just come for 80 grand.
I'll tell you what, I'd love to see Messi in the Liverpool shirt.
Oh, I love it, man. Just for 6 months, bro.
Robbo might have a bit of an awkward.
Yeah, Robbo did slap him in the head. He might have
an awkward meeting with him when they first meet. But
Robbo ends up kicking him or something like
that. But he slapped him in the head in that game, didn't he? And then tried to make him eat the dirt. I love Robbo. But yeah, the strikers, we definitely need a striker. There's no doubt about it. And looking back at the Champions League final, it is what it is. We dominated a Real Madrid side. And for me, it's the best we've actually played in the Champions League finals at the 3 we played, which is weird as well. And it also showed the respect that Real Madrid have for Liverpool Football Club at the end of the day. And for me, that shows how big of a football club we have become under Jurgen Klopp. Rivals taking their salt and bitterness and they're having to come at us. Liverpool fans, don't rise to it. Just accept it as what it is. Banter in football happens. It's meant to happen. If Arsenal and Man United lose, I'm on their channel. Don't you worry about that. But banter is good in football. But take it as what it is. It's almost a compliment because we're that good at the moment. They've got nothing else. They're even singing Blue Moon about.
Mate, Real Madrid's social media accounts were tweeting Liverpool saying you're walking alone tonight after the won the game. I'm like, mate, go and celebrate your trophy, you idiot.
I know. It's just all about us. We're just too big. And
so weird, man.
yeah, we need a striker. I think we'll definitely get a good attacker in. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but the thing with Liverpool Football Club, no one knows what we're doing. This is what I love about it as well.
Yeah,
You only know, everyone only knows when we're about to sign them. That is when you know. We do everything such beyond. It does for Fabrizio's heading because he's like, he don't know no Liverpool stuff, and then he hears it second hand and pretends he's made it up himself. Man's a muppet.
Yeah.
No, Liverpool Football Club are in a good way, guys.
Yeah, man. I wish.
Was there a rant you wanted to say at certain Liverpool fans or something?
Nah, listen, I'm kind of calm now, but I'm just saying.
You're calmer.
Some section of Liverpool fans, I'll say the fans online, and the ones who want to be in the space where they want to talk about football and critique it and stuff like that. Whether you're in the chat or having videos or you got a YouTube channel and stuff like that. I just want people to start thinking for themselves and do a bit of research on that, man. Because it seems like everything I go on, everyone's got the same rhetoric, the same exact words. And I can just tell that you've been on Twitter, you've seen a thread, you've memorized it, and you've come in a chat and just said the same thing. And sometimes I'm looking at games and I'm like, that never happened. You know what I mean? All of us, everyone's second thing to say is, we struggle to break down low blocks, so blah, blah. I'm like, what have you been watching all season, bro? If you're talking about last season, fair enough, we couldn't break them down for anything, bro. But like, I watch these games, I watch them back more than once. I check when people say stuff and I think, I might be wrong. I'll go back and watch it and I'm like, that wasn't no low block. And we scored against them, and Everton tried it, we beat them, and Newcastle tried it, we beat them, and Tottenham tried it, we drew, but we scored against them. Real Madrid, that's, if you want to call that a low block, I think it's a little bit more than that. But I'm like, that's not a true thing, man. And, for the fans who were running their mouth about the parade before, it's embarrassing. How can you do that? Them fans are listening to other fans. That you can't. Why are you listening to fans of other football clubs to decide how you feel about your own team? You've spited yourself. You've gone home and you've woke up wanting to go to that parade. And you've just gone, nah, because if I'm online, everyone's going to say that. Say it with your chest, man. I support Liverpool. I don't care about any of these other clubs. Like, I don't say stuff just so I don't get clipped up. I don't say, I said we're going to beat Real Madrid 3-1. We didn't. Come at me. There's only 2 results. We win or lose. And judging on the years that football's been around and how many trophies everyone's won, I'm guessing most fans have been wrong at least 100 times. We've been around for 130 years, 19 league titles, 6 Champions Leagues. So, all right. So for 104 years of that, someone's been wrong about us winning. Okay. I live for the moments, bro. Like, we're Liverpool fans, we live for the moments. If you weren't at that parade or you didn't see the parade, you didn't care about it, you don't know. Everyone does this Liverpool. It means more when it suits you when we're winning. It's not just a slogan. It means way more. I'm watching, mate, in that crowd yesterday, there was so much things. I saw couples. I saw old people. I saw little babies, kids, dogs. Bro, there was a kid there. I remember the little kid, George, and he was singing his heart out for hours. He was getting crowds around him, going crazy. He got tired. His mum was going to take him home. And then he started singing again for hours and hours. And then the buses come through and we see the teams, and then the women come through, and I'm watching the passion in their face and stuff like that. I'm like, so you don't want to come to a parade just because of this? Piss off, man. Like, honestly, support Liverpool or piss off, bro. Because it sounds like you're just a basketball fan otherwise from that, innit? You just support the players.
Big up.
Yeah, 100%. It's an absolute joke. And for however they treated Liverpool fans, football fans in general, how you treat Liverpool fans in France, give your head a wobble, because they've tried this narrative about Liverpool fans has been going on for years. It always gets proven not to be true. Every fan base has dickheads, because at the end of the day, before football, they're just people. So if you're a dickhead in any way, you're probably going to be a dickhead in football. So that's got nothing to do with being a Liverpool fan. You're not a dickhead because you're a Liverpool fan. You're a dickhead and you're a Liverpool fan. All these lies they said. I saw McAteer. I think he said his wife got mugged.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he said his son got hit with a baton or something like that.
Matip's wife, wasn't it?
Yeah, mate.
Yes.
It's ridiculous, man. And
I think look, with that stuff, as you're saying, I'm reading so much on it. I will say, I've said this yesterday as well. If opposition fans are still saying that it's Liverpool supporters that are the problem, we're always crying the victim and all that. I said it like yesterday as well. You've got to grow up. This is human beings that went to a football game that saved up all year round for these tickets to watch their team play a Champions League final. They're well behaved. They got to the game 2 hours early to soak in the atmosphere. They had their tickets, wanted to come in. They only let Real Madrid fans in, left all the Liverpool fans at the gates, only opened one gate up. Then we find out that was actually people in France, locals, actually breaking into the stadium.
Yeah.
Real Madrid fans are now coming out and said they had loads of locals in their end without tickets.
Yeah, some of them were getting robbed and that.
Yeah. Kids, I saw pictures of little children with their skin cut up because of the spray, because the amount of spray cut their skins up because you're rubbing it all the time and their skin is all cut up. Their eyelids were cut open, right? Opposition fans, take your bias away from Liverpool Football Club and your hate for Liverpool Football Club and just think of human beings are getting seriously hurt here. It had nothing to do with any football team yesterday. It had to do with UEFA's incompetence and the French officials' incompetence as well. And that mayor of France or whatever he bloody is that's in charge will come out of that bullshit today. He can kiss my ass as well. I have no idea what the lies he was coming out with today. We've seen the proof. He said 120,000 fake tickets or something. But it's only a 75,000 seat stadium.
And now everyone's running with that now. Everyone's running
what is he chatting about? So where did all these people sit then?
Well, all I know is there's 120,000 tickets. That means that 120,000 times the security guards found out that's a fake ticket. I'm going to take it off you and then count them at the end. Shut up, man. It's absolutely ridiculous, bro. Like we've been through this thousands of times. People are scared to go football games now. There's going to be people in there traumatizing that, bro. It's quite ridiculous, man. And I saw one geezer online. I have to say, and like if he wants a boxing match on that, I'll punch him up. It's not a problem, bro. From I like the channel Sharky Does Sports and that one of the beta squad and that, but the geezer he's got on there. Yeah. I heard what he said on Twitter, and I'm not making it up because I heard his voice. I watched the Twitter space. He said, with all due respect, you shitty Liverpool fans kill your own fans anyway. Big man. Big man. I'm telling you, if anyone wants to clip this and send it to him, we'll box, bro. We'll come outside. It's not a problem because it's out of order.
I don't get what
the people on the thing called him up on it, and he was like, "No, it's true. You was printing off your own tickets and stuff, and it's your own." Listen, mate, none of that, bro. None of that. No need for it at all.
Nothing. No one was printing. There was no fake ticket.
Mate, it's ridiculous.
Is it Carve Salavol, the Sky Sports presenter, the reporter?
Yeah.
He was there live, filming it all happen, and he said, "This has got nothing to do with fans. This is the incompetence of UEFA and the French officiating. It's got and the people in charge around it all and everything like that. It's got nothing to do with fans. So stop talking about fans." People were still talking about today. He's had to tweet everybody, tweet everybody and say, "Stop talking about fans. It's got nothing to do with any fan base. Madrid, Liverpool, nothing. It's what's happened is disgusting." Did you see the fan park? Liverpool fans were walking about, minding their own business, and the John Darms were drop kicking them to the floor.
And I'd have the same energy for any fans as well, not just because I'm a Liverpool fan. No fan should be treated like that for no reason.
Exactly.
Yeah, loads of my mates went as well, a couple of them, and it was going back to the dark days of English football, just European football in the 60s, 70s, and the dark times. But it's spot on, boys. It's regardless if it's Liverpool football fans, it's people. It's modern day.
It mirrors it. It mirrors modern day life. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's disgusting, boys. I come on to speak to you, boys, or whoever channels that go on, just to talk football. You can agree with my points. You can disagree. I couldn't give two.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit in a space or video and disrespect people. It's football at the end of the day.
Exactly.
You don't have to agree with people's opinions, but the opinions that are important are the opinions that aren't disrespecting people and different sections of society as well. And we're all one as human beings 100%. And football. So it all comes out in the end for people as individuals, regardless of what you are on camera, what you are behind camera.
Exactly.
The truth will come out, boys. Anyway, so big up, boys. That's why I loved coming on, Jay, and speaking to you boys as well tonight, and anyone's videos I have been on as well, boys, as well.
Yeah. Because the worrying thing is what's been going on in the last few weeks with the pitch invasion stuff as well, and now you're getting stuff like this. like it's not good time for football if within the space of 3 weeks you got Vieira having to kick geezers away and shit, and people getting headbutted, and now you got this, man. You know, you can see where it's heading, bro. We're gonna be behind fences before you know it. It's ridiculous.
I mean, where was everyone? By the way, where is all these fans coming out when England almost destroyed the European final?
Exactly.
By storming the Wembley Stadium without ticket. How many thousands of people got into Wembley Stadium and watched that European final without any tickets and caused a lot of issues? And
100%.
at that time as well, COVID was ravaged, let's face it, and you had to do a test before getting into the arena, into the stadium. So people were coming with and spreading that around also.
Mate, the Wembley one's the worst one I've saw ever.
And of course, it made us look like hooligans again.
Yeah.
Like people think we are. But there was no energy for that. There's no energy for that. But it's Liverpool Football Club. It's pure energy. I just find it disgusting. At the end of the day, I don't care what team you support. It's about human beings. People getting crushed and sprayed. They're all right seeing like 9-year-old kids getting sprayed in the face. You know, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with society today? I don't get it.
It's society in which we do find ourselves in. It's gone mad. Like you go out and it's a scary world. But football over the last 20 years, a lot of the talking points we need to talk about, and we spoke about this on your channel, Jay, as well. People are afraid to speak about stuff within football, and it shouldn't be like that. The way you tackle stuff is open dialogue, or people that have got big platforms to open up their channels and get different people's background experiences as well. But that's the only way we can. But for the last 20, 30 years, football has been, well, the last 20 years, it's like, football's great and all that, but we haven't progressed. No. In reality, it's just that we've not seen everything happening in the background.
Exactly.
Right. Let's leave this show on a high, guys.
Yeah.
Leave the show on a high. Boom, boom.
Come on, great goal.
Sadio Mane, PFA Player of the Year.
Egyptian King.
Look, obviously, I'm lending it on the eye, but slagging him off earlier. But I love Mo with a passion. Obviously, on this channel, guys, I've got to be the one who sort of like has to start the debate and ask questions. So everything I say, I don't always believe in. You got to remember that. I love Mo Salah. I want him to stay at the football club. But I've got to have this channel. I won't hide away from facts if I think players are acting in a wrong way or they're up for criticism. I won't hide away from facts. If people want to come at me, they can come at me. I'm not a child. I'm a 40-year-old man, you know. I will just say my thing. I've been supporting Liverpool Football Club since I was 10 years of age with my dad. My hero was John Barnes. One of the reasons, apart from my dad, I support Liverpool Football Club. And if I want to critique a player, I will critique a player. But I won't. At the end of the day, you don't ever hear me abuse footballers, have a go at any of our players, call them names, say anything bad. If people can't take people criticising a player, or people can't stand it that I don't actually mind FSG, no, I'm sorry. That's just the way I am. We can debate about it, and everyone can come and debate me about it. I don't mind people having a totally different opinion to me because I'm a grown up and I can take other opinions and things like that. But yeah, Mo Salah, Player of the Year. Yes, I was having a little thing about him earlier, but I love the guy.
Big up Mo.
It's a debate channel. This is a debate show, especially this episode today, and we're debating, so you have to put things in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Mo Salah, and I'm glad he got PFA Player of the Year and Football Writers Player of the Year as well. And he fully deserves it. He fully deserves it. I'm just waiting for the salty Man City fans. But
which one did De Bruyne get done?
De Bruyne got Premier League Player of the Year. The trophies that would look like they were made from a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, them little purple cylinder things that look like you can buy from a market.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they made up our award for Fabinho with the hardest shot of the year.
Best one was I seen on. I don't spend much time on Twitter, as you all know. I'll do my videos, share my links to all your boys' videos and everything, and I'll log off because your head will roll off.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the one tweet did say was the City fans complaining, "Oh, we'd never celebrate an FA Cup and League Cup in 2011 or 12, was it? They were on an open top bus parade.
Oh yeah, they
Parade in
forget
the
it
FA
all. They
Cup.
forget it all. Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they forget
That-
it all, don't they?
Yeah,
And
that was
Chelsea
before their
fans-
time. They started supporting this. their team as well.
Exactly. Remember, Man City. A lot of Man City fans you see, apart from like your people like Daps, Big Steve. I can't remember the lady's name either. She's a Man City fan. She's really nice. I can't remember her name right now. But them three people I know on Twitter and on YouTube and social media and all that, they were born and bred Man City fans. Your Dap stands like a Southerner, but he was actually born in Manchester.
Yeah.
He's a Manchester City fan. Big Steve is great. And if you listen to them three, compared to people that slightly supported Man City 5 years ago, there's a completely different contrast. It's like us Liverpool fans. We've been Liverpool fans forever. So you talk to us, you get a different contrast to ones that only slightly support Liverpool since Klopp joined. And they think,
Yeah.
So, and that is also why I'm doing a brand new series on the channel where I'm starting from 2010.
Roy!
I'm reviewing the Premier League years from 2010 up till this season.
Mate,
So-
that first one's gonna stress you out, man.
I'm gonna cry my eyes out, Jay.
I'm doing all the things for it at this moment in time, getting all the. So I've got everything ready. I'm doing notes and all this sort of stuff.
Dark days, man. Losing the Blackpool back
and I
to
think because I think Liverpool fans live in today and forget what happened in 2010. We were fighting relegation.
Mate, they're forgetting that Gary Taylor Fletcher was boying or something, man.
Oh, Hicks and Gillette almost put us in their administration. We were living in crap. And so I'm going back from then because before then it was still good, finished runners up a couple of times. We had Champions League win, an FA Cup win, got to another Champions League final. We had the best midfielder in the world with Mascherano, Sissoko and Stevie G.
Hey, happy birthday, Stevie, man.
Yeah, man, birthday to the legend. Only a year older than me. And he's not in as good shape as me. And so, I'm going from that, and it should be a good series. So I'm hoping to do that through the summer. That gives me something to do through the summer on the channel as well, because I want to keep up with all my, the season's over, but my season's not. I will carry on channel every.
This is where you'll have the most fun, man. You can do all your streams stress-free, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And go chill out, have some good things on it. I'm going to do a massive Q&A as well. And also, I'm going to do a massive quiz as well, a huge quiz. But the questions are going to be proper hard. So if anyone's interested in that as well this summer, let me know.
Well, one thing, Jamie. Sorry.
Go for it, fella.
Yeah, because are you gonna do the friendly watch-alongs?
Yeah, I'm going to do the England watch-alongs just because it'd probably do good on the channel. So why not?
No, because I think Liverpool they're playing United in Singapore, and my brother is going there.
Oh, sweet!
So he's watching it live on the 15th of July. So he's already got a ticket. Yeah.
Oh, that's well good for your brother, my man.
Yeah.
That stadium will be full because the Liverpool
it definitely is.
Huge.
It's a huge fan base,
Yeah, I'll be doing a lot. I'm going to be doing international friendlies or whatever it is, that friendly cup competition that UEFA made up to try and make
Nations League.
Yeah, I'm going to do the watch-alongs for them for the England games and any other games that stand out that might be entertaining to watch. They're usually quite good on the channel, so I'll be doing them. And then when we come to pre-season, I'll be doing all the pre-season games, watch-along, because they're all to watch on the Liverpool channel. So I'll do all the pre-season games and plenty to come up on the channel. Don't worry, guys. And tomorrow night, I'm back twice tomorrow, everybody. So I'll be back at 10:30 tomorrow morning with my transfer gossip show. That should be an interesting one, going through all the garbage on social media that ain't happening. So we can talk about that and have a bit of fun with it at the same time. It's always fun to do. And then I'm back tomorrow at 9 p.m. tomorrow with another debate show. So if anyone wants to come on that as well, you're very welcome to come on that. I've got Saint LFC TV coming in, Monts from the Big Six, hopefully Cal from Coppish as well. So
come on.
If you guys want to come on that as well, just let me know, and you're more than welcome, guys.
Cool.
So we're having another Liverpool debate show tomorrow night.
Nice.
So guys, thank you for everything today, guys. I really appreciate it. What I'll do when I finish this, I'll whack your links in the chat.
Yep.
Into the comments below, guys, so people can go and follow you. But in the meantime, Jack, just tell everyone where they can find you anyway, my man.
Yeah, cheers, Jay, and thank you, boys, as well on the panel
Big
and
up,
everyone at home. Apologies about my voice. Probably be like this for another couple of days. But Jack McLFC, everyone on all socials, and yeah, thank you for having me on, Jay, and everyone. Have a quality night. Enjoy the rest of the week, and what a season we've had, boys.
There you go, man.
Jay, take it off me. My voice is going.
So, where can they find you, Phil?
Yeah, mate. I'm everywhere on YouTube, bro. I got about 5 channels. You know the vibes already, man. Destination Wrestling. Catch me there for all you wrestling, pro wrestling topics, reactions, videos, news, football. I've got a football channel just sitting there. To be fair, I'm gonna start uploading more this week because it's all full of podcasts and that. So that's Destination Wrestling, Destination Football, and then movie trailer reactions, reviews. You go online. I'm there, man. You know the vibe.
Oh, God, there you go. I am just admiring your Jurgen Klopp.
Oh, it's a beauty, and it's finger beauty.
I've only because I've just put you on single screen. I can actually see it properly. That is a beauty. That is a beauty.
Yeah,
Tom, is your video? I think your video is a bit
Right.
but tell everyone where they can find you, mate.
You can find me on Twitter. Obviously, but I don't have a YouTube channel for now. But yeah, I'm active on Twitter. I'm Tarmizi. Big up to the chat today, and as always, you guys on the stream. Yeah, talking about facts. Yeah, looking forward.
Exactly. So, guys, we'll go end it there. So I'm back again at 10:30 tomorrow morning with another one, and then 9 p.m. tomorrow night with another Liverpool debate show. Should be a good one, guys.
Cool,
Talking
man.
everything Liverpool Football Club. Peace out, guys.
See you later, guys.
See you later, boys.